I love the energy already. All right, so loud and clear. I love that. Okay, so thank you, everyone, for joining the session today. I'm absolutely excited to be here, and I'm sure you are excited also. I can see the energy, so I know you're excited to be here. Okay, so we're going to be talking about something very interesting. We're going to be picking. We selected a topic that a lot of people would want to learn from, and essentially, you're going to be learning a lot today in today's session. You're going to be learning a lot in today's session. So the topic for today's session is secure tech jobs in the UK, US, Canada with your past experience after you've relocated, after relocated. Okay? So you see a lot of people relocating. They are bankers in Nigeria, or their customer service, they have experienced the customer service from Sierra Leone, Ghana, or any African country, really. Okay? And they relocate and they find it difficult to get a job and they come up with excuses around, oh, I need UK experience. Oh, I need US experience. Oh, I need Canada experience. So you see, these are the things that people say to rationalize, them not being able to get a job when after they've relocated. So we're going to be talking extensively on how you, nobody else, not your neighbor, not your friends, not your family members, how your past experience, how you can use your past experience in relocating, in getting a tech job, after you've relocated. Okay. So this is what we're going to be discussing today. So I would like to know where you guys are joining from before we go ahead with the session. So I know how to tailor the session to you, you know, tailor the session to suit you depending on where you're joining from. So let's see, where are you joining from in today's session for today's session? So put it in the chat. Just put the location, the country where you're joining from. So if you're joining from United, oh, I can see someone from the UK, the FISAT. Okay, I have Nigeria, from UK, Canada, London, Germany, Canada, Lagos, UK, Ghana, US, New York. Okay, Winnipeg. So we have a lot of foreigners in the house, guys. It's good to be here. I'm always so excited to take any of our tech series, and that's because I get to interact with people literally across the world. So I have people from the US, from the UK, from Scotland, from Canada. Okay, I can see guys from Nigeria, also from Ireland. It's good to have you guys on board. All right. So we're gonna be talking about all this. Oh, we have someone from China. All right, good to have you here. Belgium also, fantastic. So now, just to put it out there, just so you know, okay, we usually say UK, US, and Canada, okay, because that's where majority of our clientels, that's where majority of the people that go to our training programs where they come from. Okay, so we target the sessions to suit them. All right, but it doesn't mean if you are somewhere in Norway or you're in Belgium or you're in China, we have people coming from China and they've actually gotten jobs, opportunities, within their location. So, when we say UK, US, and Canada, it literally means if you've relocated anywhere in the world, all right, this session is tailor-made for you. All right. And we'll be sharing some experiences from people from, Barcelona, from Spain, from Germany, from Norway. We have people that have gotten jobs in all these countries, okay, leveraging the stuff that we're going to be discussing in today's session. Okay. All right. I'm excited, guys. So let's go straight into the session for today. All right. Okay. Let's go into it straight up. So, and I would like to know if you're joining us for the first time also. So if you're joining us for the first time, I want you to put a one in the chat if this is your first time attending any of Teralytics Tech Series events. All right, we have newcomers in the house, guys. Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Okay, we have newcomers in the house. So for the newcomers, I want you to look to the top left corner of your screen, the top left corner. You will see my colleague Adam waving at you. I want you to follow Adam. We have a seat dedicated for you. Thank God today is Sunday. Okay, so you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around. But welcome, guys. If you're new to Teralytics Tech Series, welcome. If you've been here before, also welcome. Okay, we're always excited to have you on board. Okay, so let's jump straight into today's session. Okay, but before we start that, we need to talk about Teralytics. Okay, for the newcomers, people that are hearing of us for the first time. Who are we? What do we stand for? What's the whole game? What's the whole thing around analytics? And I usually just like to go straight to the point. All right. The vision, the mission of Teralytics, why we started Teralytics is based on one premise. All right. And this premise is we want to get more Africans into the tech space. All right. We want to get more Africans into the tech space. So every conversation we're going to be having today, guys, all the conversation is going to go back to that singular vision and mission, which is getting more Africans, not Nigerians, literally Africans, literally anybody, anywhere across the world. All right, getting Africans into the tech space. That's the goal for us. Okay. Now we've been doing this for the past 2 years, and we've helped well over 2,000 plus people get their first job in the tech space. Okay, so people that had no prior experience, like yourself, all right, people that were lawyers, they were bakers, they were, doing business, or they were doing, customer service, or they were bankers, had no experience in the tech space, and they were able to learn and they were able to get a job in the tech space. So you see the three session here. I'm going to be sharing this guy's experience. I'm going to be sharing their experience, okay, and how we have helped them transition, okay. So you see, all the conversations what we are going to do today is going to tie back to that same goal and vision for Teralytics, which is to help more Africans transition into the tech space. Now, let me do a little bit of backdrop, okay? And that's where I'm going to introduce myself, okay? My name is Ifemena April. I come from a non-technical background. I like to say that so that you feel comfortable to a very large extent. So I studied economics in school, or I would say they chose economics for me. Okay, so I studied it in school. All right, and then graduated. After graduation, I got a job as a management consultant. So I did management consulting for about 4 years of my experience. So you see where my trajectory is coming from. Started from did my degree in economics, nothing tech related, not computer science, nothing technical related. Okay. Got my first job, also nothing tech related. It was management consulting. Okay. So where I got to work with businesses, I did a bit of strategy, I did a bit of HR. So it wasn't tech. Okay. It wasn't tech. All right. Well, I wanted to get into the tech space because I saw the prospect. I saw the opportunities that exist within the tech space. Obviously, everybody's looking for a better job. Everybody's looking for a better pay. Most of the time, it's usually a better pay that gets people interested in the tech space. And that was what really got me started to say that, okay, do you know what? It was the data ecosystem that got me interested, got interested in. So I was, building myself to see how I could get a job in the tech space. And I'll tell you, long story short, it took me about 2 years, over 2 years, to get my first job in the tech space. 2 solid years of practice, try and error. And this was well a couple of years back. Okay. So, now that you have a lot of mentors, you have a lot of people in the tech space that can provide you some level of guidance and support. Back then, there was no support, zero support. So literally, you are trying things, you're doing trial and error. And this trial and error took me about 2 years in order for me to get my first job. The first job I did was around business intelligence, around business intelligence developer, and that was the first actual job I got in the tech space. When I got this job, myself and Adeza, okay, because we've co-founded Teralytics together, we got the job. We got our jobs almost at the same time. Okay, almost at the same time. So he got a job as a data analyst. I got a job as a business intelligence developer. Okay, and we started asking ourselves, looking at spending 1 month on the road, why did it take us 2 years to have got to this job? Okay, why did it take us 2 years, over 2 years, to get this job in the tech space? And we kept asking ourselves this question. We kept talking about it. From there, we started getting jobs, international opportunities, working with international firms, and so on. And you see, from every firm that we went from and we went to, okay, we never met another African, not Nigerian, not even niche it down to an African country. We literally did not see any other African among the several contract position that we held for different businesses in the US, in Canada, and in the UK. We never met one Nigerian. Okay. And it dawned us like, okay, do you know what? When we started talking to people, other Africans like yourself, okay, currently on the call, started asking them questions. Okay, why are you not in the tech space? Oh, you see a lot of misconception. Okay, I don't know how to type very well. Oh, I don't have a computer science degree. Oh, I'm looking to do a master's. Oh, I'm looking to get a certificate. Oh, I'm looking to, and you see a lot of misconceptions have been instilled in Africans. That's the reason why we started this tech series event to awareness, to provide awareness to you, to tell you how you, no other person, okay, how you can actually get a job in the tech space based on your past experience, just like we did, leveraging our past experience to get a first job in the tech space. So, like I said, we had failed severally before we actually found something that worked. Okay. And you see that thing that worked, we have used it in helping over 2,000 people get jobs in the tech space. Now you see, a lot of people on the call will be like, I should remember, you're just calling this 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 people. And people get a bit overwhelmed when we say numbers. But do you know what? Okay? I'm going to show you these people. These people are not just numbers. They are actual human beings, okay, that you will see, you would listen to. You can even search for them on LinkedIn or any other social media platform, and you get to see these people, and you get to see the actual transition that they did, okay, that you also can replicate if you try, if you try. Okay, so without wasting too much time. So that's my background, and that's what gives me the platform for me to speak to you today. Okay. So currently I work as a data science contractor. So I'm currently based in Canada, but I work for companies in the UK, US, and Canada. So I was prior to coming to Canada, I was based in the UK. So I have a good clientele of clients already based in the UK that I still work with. I have clients in the US and also clients here in Canada coming to Canada. All right. So my experience spans almost, I won't say everything, but a very good chunk of the data ecosystem. Okay. And we're talking extensively on how you can also transition, okay, based on your past experience. So even if you're a baker, don't worry, you're fine, you're okay. Even if you were a fuel attendant back home, you're fine, you're okay. All right. We'll talk about how you can actually leverage this experience. Okay. So who's excited? Please put a one in the chat. Who's excited about today's session? Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's see, let's go. I want to see the people that are excited to be here, guys. Drop a one in the chat if you are excited to be here. Fantastic. I only have okay, let's go. Now I want you guys to keep the energy, guys. I want you guys to listen to me, okay, and keep the energy. Okay? All right, let's get into it. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? All of us on the call, what are we doing? Okay, why are we here today? So, number one, we're going to talk about tech career paths to help you land a job in the tech space. Either you're in the UK, you're in the US, or you're in Canada. All right. Either you're looking for full-time, remote, permanent. We'll talk about all these opportunities in it. Okay. Now, number two, the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. Now, the whole essence of you starting a new career, that's not just for the fun of learning a new skill. Okay. For adults, we're looking at how you can learn something and how we can impact our life almost immediately. All right. So you see, start from there and secure a job. Number three, we're going to talk about the Teralytics Growth Internship Program. Now, this has been remarkable. This has been a milestone to how we help people land their job in the tech space. And number four is we have a special discount for you if you wait to the end of the session. So once you wait to the end of the session, you get to see the special discounts that we have available for you. All right. So you see, these are the four things we're going to discuss. Okay. Tech career paths that will help you land a job in the UK, in the US, or in Canada, or literally anywhere in the world. Number two, the pathway to becoming a tech professional and securing a job. The key thing for us is you must get a job. Like literally, that's the key. That's one thing you need to have at the back of your mind. You must get a job. And I will discuss 15 in today's session how you can actually get a job in the tech space. Now, number three is the internship program, and number four, the special discounts that we have running the moment, and it's designed for you, nobody else. Just the four things that we're going to do in today's session. Now, before we go into the session itself, I would want to tell you this. We only have about 1 hour, 30 minutes to be on the call. Just 1 hour, 30 minutes. No more, no less. Okay. So what I want from you today is attention. I just want you to listen. That's the only thing I need you to do. I only need you to listen in today's session. So all the things I'm going to be discussing, okay, I usually tell people that I have almost over 10 years now, over 10 years experience, okay? And I'm trying to shrink it into a 1 hour 30 minute session. So it's a lot of things for you to comprehend, a lot of things for you to know. I'll break it down to the barest minimum for you to understand. But what I want you to do today, all right, is literally just listen. That's all I need you to do. All right. So if you can get a pen and you can get a jotter to jot things down, that'll be fantastic. Okay, so get a pen, get a jotter, jot things down so you can take things out. Oh, sorry, I lost myself. So you can take things out of this session. Okay. All right. Take your pen, a jotter, jot things down so you can take things out of the session. All right. So let's go into the proper session now. All right. It always seems impossible until it is done. It always seems impossible. It always feels very, very difficult until somebody else goes ahead to do. Okay, so that's exactly one of the key reasons why we like to share people's testimonials. Okay, now these are people like yourself, okay, that decided to make the conscious effort of transitioning into the tech space. So number one here we have is Abigail. Okay, so Abigail was a care worker. Okay, she was a care worker. As at this time last year, she was a care worker. Okay, she was working within the care space in Canada. She was based in Canada, working in care. She was in care support and all that. Okay, picking up skills, like people would say. Now, in just a matter of 3 months, okay, of learning business analysis, she was able to get a job with the government of Canada. She currently works as a business analyst. Okay, she currently works as a business analyst. And that's how she was able to transition in just a matter of 3 months. Now, I usually like to start with Abigail because her story is very unique and very interesting to listen to. And I'll tell you a story briefly, okay? Just give me a second so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, yes. And I'll tell you a story briefly. So, Abigail had a friend that attended this tech series event. Just the way you're on the call, she had a friend that attended. She did not attend. My friend attended, enjoyed the session, sent it to her. Abigail, I want you to watch this session, and tell me what you think. Okay. Now, Abigail went through the session without, even just by listening to it, she took the opportunity to start. She registered, okay, told her friend that I've registered. And 3 months down the line, Abigail has a job. The friend, I'm not sure if the friend is here to start. To be honest, I really don't know. All right. But she was able to get a job in with the government of Canada, okay, as a business analyst. We also have Tosin. Got a job as a fraud analyst. No prior experience, nothing, no prior experience, no tech experience, nothing. Relocated. Got a job as a fraud analyst. All right, working to prevent credit card fraud with a renowned bank. Okay, and works fully remotely. Now we also have Ramat. Okay, Ramat also no prior experience, got a job as a business analyst in the UK, after training with us. The job came with full visa sponsorship and so on. Tammy also got a job, coming from the law background, was a lawyer back home in Nigeria, okay, relocated, also became a business analyst, and was able to secure a job and so on and so forth. Okay. So you can see the trajectory, you can see the way we're going through. All these people that we're talking about, no background in tech, nothing, not a single background in tech, but were they able to get a job within the tech space? 100%. We also have Abdul Rashid, also Nigerian based, currently still Nigerian based, got a full-time job working as a data scientist with Child 420 in the US. So fully remote role, working for a US based organization, currently resides in Nigeria. Now, these are actual people, like I said earlier. These are literally people like yourself, like me and you. So let me just play one of the videos. I'm going to play Ramat's video because you'll get to listen to Ramat. It's a very short video. So I just want you to listen. Give me a second. Let me just ensure that I'm sharing the sound of my, yes. So I'm just going to click the button here and give it a second. To YouTube, yes. Madam, to confirm, please, if you can hear the audio.
Hello, you hear me now?
Okay.
Experience with you about my journey with Teralytics and how I was able to get a job within 3 months.
What about now?
And if you're stumbling on this, trust me, you've landed in the right place.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be briefly sharing my experience with you about my journey with Teralytics and how I was able to get a job within 3 months of joining the cohort. I joined them and enrolled for the course. Teralytics has well-seasoned facilitators who are experts in the field. Imagine not having any experience beforehand as a business analyst and finishing with Teralytics as a pro. Personally, I also got interview preparation sessions that helped me prepare well for my interviews, and this enabled me ace my interview. So if you're looking to transition or you're having any doubt, trust me, you shouldn't, because Teralytics is really amazing and you should consider enrolling.
All right, fantastic. Good to yeah. So you see, this is Ramat right now. This is Ramat. And that's the same thing you will hear from Oluwatosin. That's the same thing you hear from Abigail. That's the same you will hear from Tammy, and so on and so forth. So we don't have, like I said, I only have 1 hour, 30 minutes to be on the call with you today to discuss how you can also transition. But like I said earlier, it always seems impossible until it is done. So if you ever doubt yourself, just know that other people have taken this opportunity, started, and currently work within the tech space. All right. So now the key question here is, okay, the key question here is, the key question here is, if you may now help me, what tech career paths should I get into that guarantees I get a job quickly? Now, this is a very simple question, and this question I get it the majority of the time. What tech career path should I get into that guarantees I get a job quickly? Now, the tech space is a very large ecosystem. Like I said, I settled in one particular ecosystem. Right? Some other people tried other ecosystem and it probably works for them. Okay. So now the key question most people have, because you're looking to get it started, there's so much information out there. So if you even try to do a Google search or you go on YouTube to listen to people, everybody comes up with different perspectives, different examples, different life experiences, and so on. So you see, a lot of people now get overwhelmed. Okay. And I get a lot of people. We do these sessions almost every other week, and you see everybody asking, what tech career path should I get into? And which one guarantees I get a job quickly? All right. So now let's go into it. All right. Now, forget the key word there is help me. Okay. It's not help me. Now, help me means like you have tried so many things and now you're looking for a perfect solution. And I'll tell you that we have a perfect solution to this answer. All right. To this question that's usually is being asked. Okay. Now, I'll tell you exactly what we did. Okay. So somebody said that, someone said that all of you are sounding same, and so I think user bio is saying some funny thing. And I'll tell you why we are different from every other platform that you find yourself. All right. We've been doing it for the last 4 years. I have extensive experience in the data space. I will tell you exactly what separates us from every other platform you would ever come across on the planet Earth. Okay. Now, this question comes up almost every time. What tech skills should I learn that guarantees I get a job quickly? It's a very interesting question. All right. Now, let me tell you exactly what we did internally to help you answer this question. Now, the first thing that we did, all right, the first thing we did as a data organization was there are several job boards across the world. Several job boards across the world. We have LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor, Total Jobs, CV Library, Monster, Google Jobs, and so on. Okay. So what we wanted to do is going back to the same thing I said earlier, we want to get more Africans into the tech space. Okay, the goal for us is to get more Africans into the tech space. Now, the key question was, what jobs would they do? All right, what tech skills would they get a job quickly? Like if they learn, they'll be able to get a job. Okay, so what we did is to go to all the popular job boards in the UK, in the US, and in Canada. All right, we went to these popular job boards in the UK, in the US, and in Canada. And what we did was we extracted daily job posts from all these platforms for a period of almost 3 months. We extracted data like job posts. So if today you go on Indeed, you see new jobs have been posted. You go there tomorrow, new jobs have been posted. So what we did was we did this for over 3 months, sometimes last year. We do this every single year. So you see that whatever we offered last year is not the same cost that we're offering this year. So for the new year, we usually plan ahead to do this. We do this every single year of restarting Teralytics. Okay. So we extracted for the period of almost 3 months last year. Okay, we extracted job posts from Indeed, LinkedIn, Total Jobs, CV Library, Monster, Google Jobs, and so on. All right, and we got a ton of data from all these job posts. Okay, so the question that we were trying to look for is three things, three solid things, which is things that Africans can easily learn. All right, things that you can spend the next 2-3 months learning, and you'll be able to learn it regardless of your background, regardless of your prior experience, regardless of anything. Things that you can easily learn. All right. Number two, ease of transitioning. Now, ease of transition is the key question, is the key part that we had to key reason why we needed to do this task that I'm talking to you about. Ease of transitioning means that you learn a skill and there are opportunities waiting for you. All right. So you see, there are times that you could learn a skill and you search for that job today, you only see 5 opportunities. You check on it tomorrow, you see another 2. You check on it the next day, you see another 1 opportunity. And you see, there are not so much opportunities in that particular field that if you learn it today, it probably take you another 6, 8, 10 months in order for you to actually secure an internship, not a job. Even an internship, it takes you a while to get that. So you see, what we're looking at to do after we got this job post from all the job boards was ease of learning, a skill that you can easily learn, a skill that you can, once you learn it, you can easily get a job. And the next one is the high and rewarding salary. Now, this is what most people are looking out for. I want something I can learn in the next 2-3 months, okay? That guarantees I get a job and a good pay. Is the pay good? Is the pay great? These are the things that we consider in order for us to land on the career path. So you see, this is not guesswork. We're not guessing that, if you learn this, you will likely get a job. No, it's not guesswork. We have put in a lot of analytical work in order for us to land on certain career paths that you should learn today if you want to guarantee yourself a job within the tech space. Okay, so you see the process we've gone through. We went to the job boards to extract job posts for almost 3 months, 3 months worth of job posts. Either it is relevant to tech or it's not relevant to tech. We extracted it for almost 3 months. Then we did our analysis based on 3 premises: skills that are easy to learn, skills that are easy to transition, and high and rewarding salaries. 3 critical areas. Now, when you combine all these things together, okay, we landed on 8 distinct career paths that are what? Easy to learn, easy to transition, and they have a great pay in terms of compensation. Now, you see where I'm coming to when I'm saying that we are not like any other platform that you get to see out there. All right, we have put in the work. We know exactly what we are doing. We are more strategic in what we are doing. So if you look at me at the moment, guys, you would see we have 2 small. We have 2 small words. Anytime you see Teralytics logo, you will see 2 small words on the bottom. It is data and strategy. Data and strategy. So everything that we're making, every decision that we take is based on informed data, is based on data. All right. So after we got the job, okay, the job post from all the job boards, we did our analysis. We looked at these 3 premises: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and good salary, high and rewarding salaries. And we landed on 8 career paths. Okay. Now, this 8 career paths, we have business analysis, we have Scrum Master, we have data analyst, we have data scientist, we have data engineering, we have cybersecurity analyst, we have financial analyst, and we have HR analyst. And we have what? HR analyst. Now, these are the 8 career paths that we landed on that you can easily learn. You can learn without, any background. You can easily transition, meaning that there are jobs waiting for you. All right. So if you learn a skill today, you'll see 500 jobs were posted today, another 500 were posted tomorrow, another 200 were posted the next day, another 100. So you see, there are more opportunities, there are more demand, than supply. So it means that if you learn the skill today, you can actually plug into that supply, all right, and get a job easily within the tech space. Now, obviously, everybody talks about salaries. We'll talk about salaries as we go on, but the salary is also very considerably high when you're talking about tech career paths, okay? Now, when you combine all these things together, okay, we sat down and said that if we tell people, okay, if you tell a beginner, somebody that is just looking to getting started, now we have done analysis, we have done analysis and we landed on 8 career paths. A lot of people will still doubt. Okay, so I've been doing, like I said, and I'm going to say it again. So I've been doing data for the last 8 years, almost 10 years of my, over 10 years now of my experience. Okay, and one thing in data space is you need validation. So if I'm telling you today that, oh, we did analysis and we landed on 8 career paths, I'm pretty sure you'll be like, okay, you still have your doubts. Okay, and that's where the external validation came in to say that, all right, we within a team of Teralytics, we did the analysis, we landed on these 8 career paths, but we needed external validation to say that, okay, not just we, it's not just that we did the analysis by ourselves, okay? That's not enough. Can we get an external validation to back up this our analysis that we did? Can we get an external body, an external person, an external credible organization to also back this our research that we did to say that, okay, these career paths are what will be sustainable for you going into the future. Now, you see that a lot of thought process has been put into this career paths. Now, start doing the research, okay? We're landing on what we call the Future of Jobs Report. It's called Future of Job Reports 2024. Okay. And it was created by the World Economic Forum. I mean, that's one of the largest reputable research firms that you'll find out there. Okay. So the World Economic Forum, okay, designed this report and they named it the Future of Jobs Report 2024. Now, it covered 2 essential critical career paths. Okay. 2 essential areas. Career paths that will grow and career paths that will decline. Okay? Career paths that will continue to grow or that will start to grow. Okay? And career paths that will do what? That will decline. Now, obviously, when we saw this here, we were a bit scared to say that, okay, not really scared, we're looking for validation. All right. So we landed on this report and it was absolutely spot on. So now let me explain to you. Let me show you some. So you see, jobs are going to decline. This is not Teralytics that is saying it. This is the World Economic Forum that has done their own way more. Actually, they have more money than us, so they will have done way more research, gotten more data than we did, in order for them to decide or deduce this particular report or come up with these reports. Now, you see, investment fund managers is likely going to decline. Okay, organizational development specialists decline. You have training and development specialists. Also, obviously, that's actually declining with the advent of AI and all that. Sales and marketing professionals also going to decline. Product manager, you see, a lot of people are still going to learn product management today. All right, but based on the research from the World Economic Forum, this career path is going to decline significantly in the future. Okay, so you also have sales representative, you have recruiters and technical recruiters, you have material engineers, regulator and government associates. These roles are going to decline. All right, but that's not the goal for us today. We're not looking at career paths that are going to decline. You can always go to that report. Okay, you know your skills, you know where you are at the moment. Go to this report. The link is there. So once you click here, you see click here to download. Click here, it downloads the copy for you, then you can read it yourself. But the goal for us is not to look at career paths that are going to decline. We're looking at career paths that would grow. Okay? I always remember that we have done our research. We're now looking for validation. Okay? To the research that we have done. Okay? Now, moving on to the next thing. Okay? The first 3 career paths that you see here highlighted in red. So you have number 1, HRM, AI and machine learning specialist. That's the first role. Second role, business intelligence analyst. That's the second role. The third one is data analyst and data scientist. Now, these 3 career paths fall into the domain of data analyst and scientist. So it means that if you learn data analytics or you learn data science, your job is secured in the future. All right. This is based on not our research this time around. This is based on the World Economic Forum. Okay. If you learn data analytics, your job will continue to grow in the future. And you can start to see that, okay, AI and machine learning, everything now has AI embedded in it. Business intelligence, every organization wants to become more intelligent, smarter than what they used to do in order for them to get more customers, in order for them to make more money, so on and so forth. And clearly written out here, data analyst and scientist, okay? Now, what other jobs are there? You have information security analyst, which falls into the domain of cyber security analyst. Okay. Now, you also have big data specialist. You have big data specialist. You have data engineers, and you have database architects. This all falls into the domain of data engineering. Okay. Now, the other part also, we have process automation specialists, which falls also into the domain of business analysis. So you see where we are coming from. You see where we started from. Before we start to recommend courses to you, you can see the thought process that we have gone through in order for us to land on these career paths. Okay, so those are the things that we've done at the back end: data analytics, data science, cybersecurity, data engineering, business analysis. And that's not all. It continues, okay? And I'm going to continue. I'll tell you everything. Like I said, all the things that you need to know today, I would explain every single thing. Now, you also have project managers, not product managers, project managers. Now, these project managers, based on our research, what organizations are actually looking for. It's not the regular project management. Just don't go and learn PMP and think that you will get a job. You won't get a job. It's not a curse. Okay, and that's because majority of the organizations that are looking for project managers are looking for project managers that have experience working with in an agile environment or are coming to implement Scrum, the Scrum methodology. So those are the things that you need to understand. And that's where we are adding more value to even the research that the World Economic Forum has they've shown us right now. Okay. You also have database and network professionals. Database and network professionals. This also falls into the domain of data engineering and cybersecurity. Okay. Now, you also have financial analysts, clearly written out there, financial analyst. So if you're within the finance domain or you want to retain in the finance domain, it's not just you learning how to keep it. It's not the old accounting that you did in secondary school, university. That's not what they are looking for. They're looking for financial analytics professionals, people that can use data analytics skills to solve financial problems. Okay? So we'll talk more about financial analytics as we go on. Now, the next part is supply chain and logistics specialist. Now, this also falls into the domain of data analytics and data science. And that's where I currently even reside. That's where I do majority of the projects. That's where I work. That's what I do at the moment. I'm a data scientist. I've worked as a data analyst, but I work in a lot of logistics supply chain companies. Now, they don't just want you to have an understanding of supply chain. They're looking at how you can use data to solve supply chain issues. Okay, so it's not just, oh, I want to go and study supply chain management. That's not what will get you a job. Okay, it's you using data, supply chain data, to solve critical problems within the business. So you see, when people join the sessions, okay, and they say that, okay, it's the same thing at the year every time, I laugh because, and that's the reason why we talk about it. That's the reason why I even started with telling you that there are a lot of things that we do in the background to ensure we get more Africans into the tech space. We've been doing this for over 4 years and we have a huge track record. Okay. So you see, these are the things that we have done to land on those 8 career paths that we are going to be discussing about in today's session. One was the research. Number 2 was the external validation from the reports, which is the World Economic report. Okay. And that's where we landed and we validated that these 8 career paths, if you learn them, ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and higher rewarded salaries. If you're enjoying yourself, please, I need a 1 in the chat, please. Let me see the guys that are following me. Okay. I need the people that are following me to put a 1 in the chat. Let's see. Fantastic. Fantabulous. So you see, the thought process is there. We know exactly what we're doing. And the goal for us is to get more Africans to continue to transition into the tech space. Now, when we talk about ease of transition, it means that if you learn the skill, you can get a job. That's the ease of transitioning that I spoke about, and that's what I'm exposing to you now. Ease of transitioning. So you see, the role of a data analyst, you learn data analytics, does not mean the only job you can do is data analyst. That's a major misconception people have. Oh, I'm going to learn data analytics. And you see, when I get a job, I feel data analytics is a bit, everybody's learning data analytics. So I don't want to learn data analytics because I feel it is overcrowded. And I laugh at these people because they feel they're learning data analytics. They become data analysts because they learned data analytics. So that's it's a very interesting thing, I would say. Okay. But that's the reason why we have these sessions to also broaden your mind and tell you that there are tons of opportunity in the tech space. Now, take for example, if you learn data analytics like today, you start learning data analytics, you can work as a data analyst. You can work as a business intelligence analyst. You can work as a marketing analyst. You can work as a sales analyst, logistics analyst, like I said, supply chain analyst, procurement analyst, operations analyst, product analyst, customer analyst. So you see, quite a number of roles exist within the job market that you can actually latch into. And that's when we talk about ease of transitioning. You learn data analytics, you're not just confined to one particular domain, one particular thing to say that this is what I want to do and so on. I mean, if you even search today, even just one tool, let's say you learn Power BI, okay? You learn Power BI as a data analyst. That's the only skill that you have. Yeah, tons of jobs you can actually do as a Power BI, someone that knows how to use Power BI. There's Power BI analyst, there's Power BI developer, there's Power BI, what they call project manager. There are quite a number of other roles you can actually, even just learning one tool within the domain itself. And that's where awareness comes in play. Because we're not like there are other opportunities, a ton of opportunities that you can actually get into. Now, if you learn data science, would you only be able to work as a data scientist? The answer is a big no. There are other job opportunities there. So you have the roles you can apply for all the roles in data analytics. So you see all the roles that you have here, all right, you can do it, within the data science domain. You can work as a data analyst, you can work as a business intelligence analyst, you can work as a sales, marketing, operations analyst, supply chain analyst. You can do all that. Now, on top of that, you can actually now do more. So you can work as a data scientist, you can work as a machine learning engineer, you can work as a forecasting analyst, demand planning, big data analyst, quantitative analyst, market research analyst, NLP developer, computer vision engineer, and so on and so on. So you see where I'm heading to. If you learn data engineering, can you only work as a data engineer? No. You can work as a data engineer, like you rightly said, analytics engineer, BI engineer, AWS cloud engineer, Azure engineer, GCP cloud engineer, ETL developer. And see, so this is the awareness that we try to bring to you to tell you that these edge career paths that we spoke to you about, that we have done our research. So you see, what made us come up with these jobs that you can apply to is also coming from our research. Okay, so after we've done the research, we saw the roles that are always popping out, roles that are always coming up, and we categorize them into domain-specific skills. Cybersecurity also, you learn cybersecurity. Can you only work as a cybersecurity analyst? No. You can work as SOC, SOC analyst, information security analyst, network security engineer, and so on, penetration tester, cyber threat analyst, vulnerability analyst, so many opportunities in there. The same thing with business analysis. Other jobs exist apart from business analyst. You have business data analyst, you have process analyst, you have business systems analyst, you have requirement analyst, functional analyst, business process improvement analyst, and so on. The same thing with financial analytics, the same thing with HR analytics, the same thing with Scrum Master. So when we talk about ease of transition, it means that if you learn the skill today, the probability of you getting a job in the next 2-3 months, it's almost an 80-90% guarantee that you get a job because it's not niche, it's not crowded. There are a ton of other opportunities within one particular domain that you can actually get into. All right. So that's exactly what we do for you getting started. So this is awareness to tell you today that If you decide to take that bold step of starting, there are opportunities for you to get into. All right. So now let's move on. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the career paths that you want to get into. Let me even test you. Let me ask you guys, which of these career paths, based on the 8 career paths that we talked about earlier, which of them would you want to go into? Which of them do you have some form of interest in? Okay, so I want you to just abbreviate them: DA for data analytics, DE for data engineering, and so on. Financial analyst, business analyst, data analyst, financial analyst, data analyst. So I have BA and DA. Okay, don't worry. When we get to that level, we have AWS, cloud engineer, okay? Cybersecurity, data science, cybersecurity, BA, DA, cyber, okay? Fantastic, fantastic, and absolutely fantastic. So yes, 100%. So these are jobs you can actually do. So what I want you to do, you can take a screenshot, even though we're still going to send the materials to you for you to read at your own time, digest it, read it, and if you have further questions, you can always reach out to us, okay? So somebody say customer analyst, that's data analytics. So once you specialize in data analytics, you can then, go into other domains that you prefer to go to. Now, I have no experience or degree, okay? I want to become a data analyst. I want to become an HR analyst. I want to become a data engineer, a cybersecurity analyst. I have no experience or degree. How will I make it happen? How will that work? How does that work? So, I don't have any specific experience that fits into that particular skill I want to learn. So I want to become a data analyst, but I've never worked as a data analyst before. And we all know that if you apply for a job, you need experience to get that job. Even if it is 2 years experience, even if it's just a year experience, how can I get a job if I don't have experience? Now, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. Okay, this is a significant drawback. Okay, I've been spoken to quite a number of people, majorly Africans, all right, on them transitioning. Oh, I don't have experience. That's the reason why, I don't even want to venture into it. But now I want to tell you today that it is possible using our methodology, using something that we have devised over the 4 years of We Run It Analytics and helping over 2,000 people achieve their dreams. Okay. Now, this framework is called the Teralytics 6-step approach. The Teralytics 6 steps approach to tech career transitioning. The Teralytics 6 steps approach to tech career transitioning. So you see, we have done this so much that we have devised our own methodology. That's the interesting. I think we deserve a round of applause. Okay. So we have done this so much that we have actually devised a methodology that works and has worked for us tremendously. Now, let me tell you more about the Teralytics 6 steps approach to tech career transitioning. Number one is for you to identify your desired tech career path. And that's what I spoke, I took time to explain the reasons why we landed on those 8 career paths. Okay, so you don't feel the need to, you don't feel like we're just telling you to go and learn 8 career paths without, or what premise would you say that we should learn these 8 career paths? And that's the reason why that's why I took my time to explaining the background, okay, the validation and all the things that we have put in play in order for you to feel comfortable to select any of those 8 career paths. Now, identify your desired career path, number one. Now, the reason why we say this, the reason why I would also say this and probably speak a little bit on it is a lot of people hear so many things. So take, for example, myself, when I was looking to get into the data space, I told you it took me about 2 years to get a job within the data ecosystem. Now, let me tell you a lot of the things that happened in that 2 years. In that 2 years, I learned product design. In that 2 years, I learned software engineering. In that 2 years, there are so many things I learned because I know somebody that just started learning and maybe got some opportunity. Okay. I know somebody that just learned and can now build an application. Oh, I know somebody that is learning and can do X, Y, Z. So, and they say what they say about comparison, okay, is a thief of joy. So even though I was making progress in my own place, I felt the other person's progress was more significant than mine. So I felt the need to go and venture into, and this venturing took me more time in order for me to get to my desired outcome. So when we say identify your tech career path, stick to it. So if it's data analytics you want to do, please stick to data analytics. Don't get distracted. Somebody else will get a job as a cybersecurity analyst. Somebody else will get a job as a data engineer. If because your friend got a job as a data engineer, you feel I need to do data engineering because that person has gotten a job and I'm still learning data analytics. So you see, identify the desired career path that you want to get into and stick to it. That's the first thing that you need to do. So once you identify the career path you want to get to, and you stay back at it, what do? The next thing is learn the skill. So today you have said that, oh, I want to learn data analytics, oh, I want to learn HR analytics, oh, I want to learn data science, and so on. So once you identify the career path you want to get into, the next thing is to learn the skill. What are those skills that you need to learn in order for you to get a job? Not for you to become an expert. Okay? And that's where a lot of people make mistake. Oh, when I try to code, I cannot code by myself. Oh, there's no tech professional that can literally just sit down and start coding by themselves without getting information from out, doing a little bit of Google search and so on. So a lot of people want to achieve that perfection in order for them to transition into the tech space, but that's not the case. Learn the skills that you need to get the job. That's one thing you need to know. If you're not taking anything out of this session, take this out, which is learn the skills that is required for you to get the job. Number 3 is project-based experience. Now, this is where a lot of people make mistake again, because when they are applying for a job, when you go on Google and you search for a job, if on Indeed, LinkedIn, and the rest, you'll see that they'll put this person must have 30 years of experience. Okay, or 2 to 3 years experience, 4 years experience in data analytics, in data science, in whatever the case might be. Now, a lot of people feel this experience involves going to the office to gain this experience. All right. So, when they talk about experience, they feel like, oh, I went to the office, I carried a laptop, I wore a school bag, entered public transport, and I went to the office to get this experience. That's what most people think. Okay, but that's not the case. So you see, from my experience, and even from the people that have gone through analytics and they've gone on to getting a job, project-based experience is very, very relevant. Now, let me tell you a bit about the contracting work I do. So as a contractor, as a data science contractor, I get to work with different businesses from different domains. All right. So one of the clients that's literally I signed in the last, I would say 4 months, okay, just under 4 months ago. All right, they are within the medical technology space, okay, in which I had no experience. So they currently work with some parts of the government, okay, in delivering medical supplies and so on within Canada. All right. So having talked to this client, I had no experience within the medical space. So what did I do? I worked on projects. All right. I literally went online, looked for data sets, looked for, different examples, watch a couple of videos within that particular domain in order to give me that confidence, in order for me to sell myself to this organization. So project-based experience is as valued as work experience. So, and this is where I usually, sorry guys, give me a second. Somebody is more. All right, so sorry about that. Sorry for the cut in transmission. So it's summer now, and everybody is cutting. Someone is, using the mower to cut grasses, so the sound is kind of distracting me. Okay, so I was talking about project-based experience and how relevant it is in the tech space. I usually like to use the same example almost every time, and you probably would have heard it before. Now, if you are a carpenter, okay, you want to make a table, you got a job to work remotely. So you want to build a table, you want to build a work from home table, a desk, okay, for you to work. Now you have two carpenters, all right? You have two carpenters, carpenter A, okay, carpenter A and carpenter B. Carpenter A went to a carpentry school and got a certificate. Okay? Got a certificate. Carpenter B did not go to any carpentry school. Okay? But has samples different samples of projects, of tables or chairs that they've built. Okay. So carpenter A has a certificate. Carpenter B has samples of tables and chairs. Baba, let me do this one. Oh, my client in Idumota, my client in Lagos. I know somebody in Lagos. I wanted to create a chair. I created this chair for them. So carpenter B did not go to school to get a certificate. But carpenter A went to a carpentry school, got a certificate, but has no samples of work. Okay, no samples of work. Who would you give this particular project to? Who would you give this project to? Would you give carpenter A that has a certificate but no samples, or carpenter B that can show you proof of work that if you give it to me, I've done it for other people? Majority of us will go for carpenter B. Okay, I can see even people put it in the chat, carpenter B. If you want to do this particular project, you want to work with somebody that has done it before and can show you that they have done it. Okay, so even though it's not in a structured environment, okay, but they have done it, they can show you that they did this and they can walk you through the process of how they were able to make it. All right, for this table, I did not use this kind of wood because of this reason. Oh, for this chair, I used this particular wood because I felt it will bend better. It can bend, it can just, you can nail it, it can last long, and so on and so forth. Okay, so you see, with that project-based experience, it gives you the experience that you need to get the job. And that's exactly what I usually like to tell most people, that project-based experience is as relevant as work experience. Okay. And that's one thing that you need to start to get into. So you identify the skill that you want to get into, you want to learn. Okay. Learn the skills, learn the technologies that you need to learn to get the job. Number three is project-based experience. Project-based experience. Gain projects, work on projects. And that's exactly why we talk about, different domains that you can actually get into by working on different types of projects. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part, number four. Number four is gain employability skills. Now, you see a lot of people coming on LinkedIn, on what do you call it, on Instagram, saying that, oh, I just relocated, I can get a job. People are not giving us the opportunity to even just work with the organization. And so many people come up with different narrative. Oh, this organization is this organization is that. Okay, employers don't want to hire foreigners, so on and so forth. That has been the narrative so far. Okay, but you see, people still able to get a job. That's the key question I need people to answer. Be honest with yourself. Do you know people around you? I mean, if you decide to work in the care space, you can get a job in the care space. How are you able to get a job in the care space? They're not segregating you. It's because the barrier to entry is very low. To work in the warehouse, what do you need? You don't need too much. They don't even need you to need, they don't even need to ask you about prior experience and so on. Have you done, can you carry a box? Yes, you can carry a box. You have a job. I mean, that's what they're looking for. Within the care space, maybe you have to do one or two exams in order for you to, get certified or whatever the case may be, in order for you to get the job. So the barrier to entry is minimal. Okay. Now you want to get a tech job. Okay. You've been working as a banker in Nigeria. Maybe you did a little bit of things around Excel. Okay. And you started applying for data analyst jobs, and you feel that your banking experience in Nigeria, without any form of modification, without any form of growth, you feel that particular thing that you did in Nigeria will get you a job outside the country, is the reason why people get frustrated easily. All right. So employability skills is very, very important. Very important. A lot of people will come up with that notion of, I need UK experience, I need Canada experience to get a job. I need a US experience to get a job. Now, the big question I would ask you is, when you eventually get the job, if you eventually get a job within the tech space, what past experience did you use to get that job? Now, for example, the first time I relocated, I was based in Ireland. Okay, I was in Ireland, and people were saying, "Oh, you need Irish experience to get a job." I got a job. Now, where was the Irish experience I had that got me that job? I had no prior, I had no Irish experience in order for me to get the first job I got. I moved to the UK. Was I able to get a job? Yes, I was able to get a job. Did I need island experience or UK experience to get a job? No. Move to Canada, the same thing. And you have also people that you like Abigail. That's the reason why I like to show, testimonials before I go into the session. Like Abigail, I was working as a care worker, right? Did she have any prior experience working as a business analyst in Canada? No. Was she able to get a job? Yes. So that's where employability skills come in play. Your CV, your LinkedIn profile, and your passports to you getting a job. Now, beyond your CV and beyond your CV and your LinkedIn profile, the way you interview, all right, the way you interview, if they ask you a question during the interview, how do you answer? Tell me about yourself is the most asked question during an interview. How do you answer that question? I'm pretty sure 100% a lot of people freestyle. Even if you practice it, how are you practicing it? How do you answer the question? It's very crucial in you getting that job. All right. Next is networking. Okay, networking events. Meet up with people with like minds within the domain that you want to get into. So for data professionals, cybersecurity, talk and network with people online on LinkedIn. Send them messages. Oh, I love your experience. Your experience sounds very exciting. This is something I would like to do in the future. We just spend 2 minutes of your time. Let's talk and so on. Networking has been remarkable in helping people get their first job in the tech space. So even you don't have to be the best networker, all right? If possible, go for tech meetup. Okay. Even in Canada, there's Eventbrite. Even in the UK, the same Eventbrite. Quite a number of tech event comes up. Attend, talk to 1 or 2 people within that domain, make contact with them, and just see how you can meet up with people. If you're not the outside person, if you don't like to go outside, okay, you can literally do it online using LinkedIn. All right. So number 6, which is the final one, is mentorship. Now, this is the most significant aspect of anything I will talk about today, mentorship. Now, it took me 2 years to get a job. Have I mentored people and it took them less than a month to get a job? Yes. Has people gone through me or Teralytics that have taken 2 months, 3 months to get a job? Yes. Why? True mentorship. Now, like I mentioned, we kept asking ourselves, why did it take us 2 years to get a job in the tech space? Why did it take us 2 years? Now, should it have taken us 2 years? The answer was a resounding no. Okay. Now, people that want to go into the tech space, what should they do differently? Those are the things that we have implemented. That's what mentorship does for you. So you see, the fact that somebody else did it for 5 years doesn't mean you need to do it for 5 years. Tell me the shortcuts. Tell me what I need to do differently to do it in the shortest and fastest time. That's exactly where mentorship comes in. And that's what we provide to you. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about our mentorship sessions, okay? Now, we even bring in people, not just experts in the industry. We bring in people that have gone, that were like you 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 1 year ago. People that were like you, all right, that went through to analytics, got a job, they come back to mentor people. All right. So if you're in the UK, oh, this person got a job as a business analyst, we bring him in, all right, to come and talk to you. How they were able to navigate the job market, how they were able to get interviewed, how they were able to pass through the interview process. That's the mentorship you need. Somebody that was in your shoes just a couple of months ago, just because they improved themselves and they got a job. How can I do the same thing? All right. That's where mentorship comes in. So you see, these are the 6 strategies, practical steps that you need to take in order for you to get a job with no experience. Number 1, identify the career path you want to get into. Don't get distracted. Number 2, learn the skills. Number 3 is gain project-based experience. Number 4 is gain employability skills. Number 5 is networking. Number 6 is mentorship. Mentorship. Okay. Now, let's look at this situation. Let's look at this situation, a real life situation of Glory. So Glory currently is a teacher. Okay. Glory is a teacher. Her past experience is teaching. She was a teacher in Nigeria or a teacher in Ghana, Sierra Leone, or any other African country that is out there, Kenya, Rwanda, and so on. Now, Kenya, Glory has decided that I want to become a data analyst. Now, we want to use a 6-step approach to help Glory transition from a teacher to becoming a data analyst. Okay? Now, what's the first thing? Can anybody tell me what's the first thing that you see there? What's the first thing that she needs to do? Looking at this career transition story, what do you think the first thing Glory needs to do? What's the first thing Glory needs to do? What's the first thing? Choose a career path field. Fantastic. So the first thing she needs to do is identify your desired tech career. So it might not be data analytics like the experience that we're talking about. It could be cybersecurity, it could be data analytics, it could be data science, data engineering, project management, whatever the case might be. All right. Now, that's the first thing. Please and please don't get distracted. Distraction is the number one thief of time. So you join the session today, you speak data analytics, 2 weeks down the line, you see a friend of yours that got a job as a business analyst. You decide to say, okay, I want to go and do business analyst because that person has gotten a job. That's not the way it works. Focus. There's a power that comes with focus. Stay within your domain, and 100% you are going to be successful. All right, you are going to be successful. So that's the first thing. Identify your tech career paths. Once you identify, the next thing is to learn the skill. So what are the skills that you need to learn to get a job as a data analyst? What are the skills you need to learn in order for you to get a job as a data analyst? Learn those skills, not the skills that you don't need to become an expert in those skill sets. You don't need to be the best person to get the job. No, learn the skills required for you to get the job. And that's where Teralytics comes in play. So you see, we have an immersive learning. Once you go through Teralytics, you get the immersive learning experience. So we have an up-to-date curriculum with all the skills that you need to learn to get a job. And we also offer this blended delivery style of training. So I'll talk a little bit about that. This blended, when I say blended, okay, so you know what to blend, so you're mixing things together. So we have live classes, okay, combined with self-paced classes, okay, classes. Now, the live classes, this is where you have your instructor in front of you, telling you what you need to learn, telling you, walking you through real life projects, giving you, real-time feedback and assessment on how to become a data analyst. Okay. You also have the self-paced aspect of the training program that allows you to go back and work on projects at your own pace. Now, people are like me. Okay. We have two types of people. You have people that when they see, they know, and they don't forget. Okay. If one time they see it, you do it in front of them for the first time, they see it as you're doing it, they don't forget. There are people like that. Now, you have people like myself that I want to wake up around 12 a.m., okay, and watch the videos at my own pace and practice maybe 2-3 times before I understand it very well. And that's the reason why we have that blended training delivery. We have the slow learners and we have the fast learners. How can these people learn the same skills and still be very good in that same skill? That's where we come up with the blended training delivery style, that we mix live classes with self-paced content to ensure that if you're a slow learner, you're fine. You're 100% fine. If you are, a fast learner, you're also 100% fine. So that's exactly why, learning the skills through Teralytics is something that you would be very, very interested in. Now, that immersive learning experience is guaranteed at any point in time. Okay. Now, moving on to the next part, okay, which is number 3. Number 3 is gain project-based experience. Now, Glory is a teacher. She has always been working as a teacher in a primary school, secondary school, university, whatever she does. That's been an experience. But she wants to get a job as a data analyst. And she wants to impress recruiters when she applies for a job. Okay? She wants to impress recruiters to tell them that, okay, these are the things I have worked on. These are the kind of projects I have worked on. Just like the same situation of the carpenter. Carpenter A has a certificate, carpenter B has proof of work. Now, this project-based experience provides you with proof of work. Okay? So if a recruiter is telling you, oh, tell me about a time you've used Power BI to solve a critical business problem. Now, you can go back to that project and use that project experience in demystifying that question to say that, oh, while I was working with this particular organization, okay, while I was working on this project, I used Power BI to improve the sales funnel for a marketing company in Lagos. It's a project. It's valid. Did you do it? You 100% did it. And that experience is what you're going to use in selling yourself to the recruiter. Okay, so project-based experience is as valid as, I mean, in real life experience, let's just call it real life experience, the one that you wear school bag and you go to the office to work to get that experience. Now, somebody else got a project similar to what you did in the office, and two of you did the same thing. Is that not experience? You gain the same experience the other person did. The only difference is where you gain that experience. One person went to the office to get the experience. The other person got it in the comfort of their house. That's exactly how it works. So now, how do we come up with this project-based experience? You know, do we just give you random data sets to work with? Do we just give you random scenarios to work with? Absolutely not. So what we do is we have a pool of subject matter experts, people that have experience, just like myself. Okay, we bring them in, and their day-to-day experience is what we convert to projects for you to work on. All right. So take, for example, one of our facilitators works as a consultant for a reputable firm in the UK. Okay. Now, one of the case studies they work on is network security. Okay, was I'll just give a brief about it. Okay, so this particular SME that works with us, Teralytics, currently works as a cybersecurity consultant for a UK-based firm. Now, their clients, their organization just onboarded a new client, was a law firm in the UK. And the law firm had some issues with their network infrastructures. There were data breaches here and there. There were there were quite a number of issues with their network security. And they needed, their consulting firm to build a robust network infrastructure, imbibe a bit of firewalls, and so on and so forth. Now, that was the life experience. He did that, built that particular solution for that particular organization, the law firm. Now, that particular project was what we used in designing a project for the guys in cybersecurity that you would also learn. So him working for, a big four consulting firm, deploying cybersecurity architectures for their clients, took that experience, brought it into Teralytics, and you would also work on that same experience. So you see that person's experience in the office and you coming through to learn that same project, working on that same project, you will get the same experience. And if a recruiter asks you, what experience do you have in doing XYZ? You can always draw from that project-based experience. And I'm always going to refer back to the carpenter. The carpenter B has proof of work. And you could easily ask the carpenter, okay, why did you use this wood and not this wood? Oh, yes, I used this because, the last time I used it, it didn't bend the way I wanted it to bend. Oh, when I was trying to nail it, it was so difficult to nail. So it was not conducive, it's not conducive for making a chair, blah, 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 and all that. It's work experience. You built this project yourself. So that's one mentality that you really need to observe. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Number 4, gain employability skills. Gain employability skills. So this is when you have a great CV. First of all, you're coming from a teacher and you want to get a job as a data analyst. You can't be having teacher on your CV, okay? Because nobody will take a chance on you. Like no recruiter will literally take a chance when they see teacher or something not related to the role that they're looking for. So how do you revamp yourself? How do you rebrand yourself from a teacher to a data analyst prospect that they want to talk to? How do you rebrand yourself? How do you look like even though you're the same person, how do you look like a different person on your CV? So your CV is your gateway to getting that first call, to getting that first opportunity within the tech space. How do you gain these employability skills? Would help you. All right, would help you with your CV, would help your LinkedIn, would help you with everything in order for you to get that prospect to come in from yourself. Okay, so employability skills is very important. How do you answer interview questions? You see, this is one of the major reasons why a lot of people get rejection. Okay, so they ask you, tell me about a time you've worked on a difficult project and why was it difficult? And how were you able to overcome the difficulties? And you see a lot of I've been privileged to be in interviews for different organizations. It's not just an African thing. I think it's literally a global thing. People don't know how to answer questions during interviews. All right. So you see, how do you answer this question? There is something we call the STAR technique. Okay, we call it the STAR technique. So situational based question. Let me just break it down real quick. Situational based question. Situational based question. All right. So the situational-based question basically tell me about your tell me about a time questions. Tell me about a time you just excel. Tell me about a time you build a network infrastructure. Tell me about a time you build a data pipeline. Tell me about a time you solve the critical people problem, all right, using data analytics. They need you to tell a story. Now, how do you tell the story? Very important. We use what we call the STAR technique of answering questions. So you have the situation first, you talk about the situation, all right? You talk about the task that you performed, the task, you talk about the action, and you talk about the results. Okay. Now, a lot of people there are still in-depth things that you need to involve here. But the only one I'm going to talk about is results, the end results. What was the end of after you've implemented all these things that you say you did? What was the end result? It must have what we call metric. It must have what we call a metric. Now, what's this metric? Very simple. So you see, you're learning a lot in today's session for free. Okay. Now, this metric, this metric essentially is okay, after implementing this data analytics analysis, after doing my analysis, implementing it, understanding customer demographics and so on, we're able to increase sales by 10%, okay, in the first 3 months of deployment. This 10% is a metric. How do you infuse it into your results? Very important. You need to speak about the metric. You need to talk about how impactful your work is. And that's where you see a lot of people say that, oh, I just got to the UK, I can't get a job. People are not giving me a job. They won't give you a job because there are certain things that are expected from you during the interview process that you are not giving. Okay? Gen Z will say that it's not given. Okay? It's not what? It's not given. So how do you answer a question during an interview process is very important. And without the right guidance and support, you will likely struggle. So I go on in Twitter sometimes and I see a lot of people say that, I have free resources in cybersecurity, data analytics, and data science. Download it as you will and do as you will. I mean, you can go through the free resources, okay? You probably learn a thing or two. But when you get a job with those things that you learn, it's going to be very, very difficult to get a job. And that's because there are some things that you just don't know that you will likely learn by yourself. Okay, when you go for the interview A, you miss it. Go for interview B, you miss. You have to miss a lot in order for you to get it. So that's exactly what we have tried to avoid. Don't miss a lot. We know exactly how to put you through, and that's exactly what would happen. So this is situational based question. Even how you tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. How do you answer this question? Okay, how do you answer this question? Do you start with, oh, my name is Ifemena April. I'm a data analyst and I love to work with data. I've worked with different types of data. I've worked with big data. I know how to use Excel. Do you freestyle? From the first point, if that's the majority of the time, that will be the first question they would ask you. Now, if you mess up with that question, if you don't bamboozle them, so we use bamboozle in analytics a lot. So if you don't bamboozle them from that first question, tell me about yourself or introduce yourself. Let's meet you. And you don't bamboozle them, you would likely would have lost the opportunity. So now, how do you answer this question? Tell me about yourself. You answer it using what we call the seat, like sit down, all right? The seat approach, okay? Sit, all right? Or a seat. You talk about your skills first thing first. Talk about your skills, not just generic skills as it pertains to the role that you're applying to. Okay. There's so many things you will learn. Don't worry. So many things. So many things. So skills, first of all, is the first thing you talk about. Then you talk about your experience. Now, this experience, like I said, it could be project-based experience. It really doesn't matter. Experience is experience. Where you get your experience, it doesn't matter. Experience is experience. So you see, the next thing is your achievement. A is your achievement. What are the things that you've achieved in those roles that you worked in? Now, the last thing is the type of person that you are, your personal traits. What kind of person that you are you? So at the end of the interview, make it likable. Oh, yes, I love to run on my spare time. Oh, I love to read books. I love to watch movies that, trigger my, those are the things, the type of person that you are. An interview is it's a very interesting process, to be honest with you. And if you know how to master it, you will likely get good results going through different interview process. So you see, a lot of people learn the skill, don't get employability skills, and they find it difficult to get a job. Those are the things that we are bringing to bear in today's session. All right. Now we have number 5 and 6, and I'm going to breeze through it real quick. Number 5 is networking. This is where you start to network with people. Glory starts sending messages to people on LinkedIn. Oh, I love your experience. Your experience, currently new in Canada. I'm new in the US. I'm new in the UK. I'm trying to break into kind of the UK experience, the kind of the data analytics space, and I need to talk to other people. All right. Networking is very important. I still network till today. Okay. So networking for you as a young professional or someone that's looking to transition, networking is very important. Okay. There is no age limit in networking. So because somebody started 2, 3 years ago, you feel like, oh, because I have had 10 years experience in banking in Nigeria, or more than this person, I cannot be talking to somebody that is younger than me. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay. You would likely work with somebody that is way younger than you and obviously give you tasks to do, and you still have to do it. So I mean, get started on your own networking journey as soon as possible. And number six is mentorship. All right. And I talked a little bit about the mentorship where we bring even people that have gone through analytics that have gone on to getting a job. We bring them in to come and mentor you. Okay. And you can always connect with them. This is the part of networking that we're talking about. That's why we'll talk to them and tell them, oh, these are the things that I need to do. These are the things that I'm looking at to do. I'm new in Canada. I'm new in the US. I'm new in UK. What should I do differently? So that's exactly what we do. So mentorship is very important. Okay. So these are the critical steps that you need to go through. Identify your career path, don't get distracted, learn the skills, build projects in that experience, gain employability skills, network, mentor, seek mentorship, and then you will definitely 100% get a job. And you see, that's exactly what we talked about. So, a lot of people still have doubts, and I don't blame people. I actually don't blame. I won't blame you. Okay. And that's because a lot of people have tried and it's not been successful for them. Oh, I just paid for this training. Oh, I just did this. Oh, I just did that. Well, you see, there's a reason why we like to differentiate ourselves every single time. And this is one question that came up during one of the tech series that we're having. Somebody, after talking about the methodologies and so on, somebody asked the question, oh, this is your 6 steps approach. Has somebody gotten a job? No, they whine us. I know some people have that thought in their mind already. No, they whine us. 6-step approach. Does it work? Who has it worked for? All right. And I usually say this, we have tons of testimonials. Thank God we have proof of work. I mean, if we don't get proof, you guys will find I know you guys will find us. If we don't get proof of work, if we don't get proof that these are people that have done it, I know a lot of people will just be like, these guys are just like any other person out there. So you see, we have something that works, and I'm going to share some people that have gotten jobs with Teralytics. So you see here, all right, I'm going to start with ABB, okay? So ABB currently works as a data scientist with the NHS, okay? And she completed the full stack data science program, got a job as a data scientist. Literally, look at it here, okay? Proof. You see the role here, data scientist, information and performance. So my new role is what? Data scientist. First proper job in the UK after Teralytics training program. This is ABB. Literally proof of work. Whistling also got a full-time job with Shell UK, as a sales analyst after training with Teralytics on the data analytics training program. This is the message she sent to Adeza. She said, hi, Adeza, just to update you on the outcome of the interview. I am pleased to let you know that I have been offered the position at Shell. I wanted to say thank you so much for everything. It's amazing to have found a position 4 months after completing the course and internship. And that's exactly it. She currently works as a sales analyst with Shell. All right. Now, this is another person here, Vivian. Hi, Femena. I trust you're doing great. I come with you with delightful news. I am interviewing with 3 companies and was made offers by all 3 organizations. In situations where people are saying they are not getting jobs are hard to get, this is this, UK experience, blah, blah, blah. people are landing 2, 3 job offers. Okay, and I'll still share. Don't worry, we have a lot of, there are plenty. Okay, so and they're not regular organization. Number one is PwC, number two is Asset Risk Consultant, and number three is Bank Julius Baer. Okay, I'm sticking with Bank Julius Baer as a data and business analyst. The pay is great and it comes with great benefits. And she talked about everything. I thank Teralytics for the great foundation and support it provided me. I'm so excited to commence this new role. This is it. Landed 3 job offers in the same country. Some people are saying there are no jobs. How did we achieve this? How did Vivian, Whistling, and Ebube, how did they achieve this? If they did not start, how did they achieve it? It's impossible. All right. They started, they took on the journey, and it's paying off. It has paid off for them big time. All right. So you see, this is another one. See, hello, Ifemena. Thank you for your support and assistance. I had my final interview on Friday. This is Buki. She actually got a job in Poland. She's based in Poland. Got a job. All right. So you see, before reaching today, I got the call of a tentative offer to start in July. We still chatted this month. She started a new role and she's doing fantastically well on the job. She got a job as a data scientist also with one of the largest retail firms in the world. Now, you see another person again. My name is Oluwasio, a past student of Teralytics. I have an urgent situation, sir. I got 2 job offers. 2 job offers. This is another person. This is Oluwasio. 2 job offers. One is as a data analytics specialist with a data consulting firm. And the second one is a senior data reporting analyst. Now, this is exactly what I talked to you about. If you learn data analytics, you learn data science. Can you only work as a data analyst and a data scientist? No. There are other job roles you can actually take on. So you see this one now is data analytics specialist, data, what do you call it? Senior data reporting analyst. These are all data related roles that you can latch into. Now, got 2 offers and is confused on which one to take. Now, you see, problems are different from different people. Some people's problem is I can't get a job. Why some other people's problem is which of these job offers should I take? You see, that's where you associating with certain brands becomes very paramount. Okay, so that's exactly where we're coming from. Okay, and you see, we have a ton of people. We have different sessions that we run concurrently. We run almost every other week. Some people don't want to share their personal experiences, with a video recorded and so on. So we usually like to have live sessions also where we bring in people that have gone through analytics and have gotten a job. And you see, we have tons of these sessions on our YouTube page. How I secured a job after trading with analytics. These are Nigerians, these are fellow Africans that have trained and have gotten a job. Currently working either remotely or they work for a company in Canada, US, UK, whatever the case might be. So you see, these are sessions, and the links are there. And you see, these names are different from the names that I've been calling so far. You see, this is Joel, this is Akin Toyo, this is Muhyiddin, this is I can't say this name very well. This is Karima, this is Vivian, this is sorry, the name is not very clear yet. So you see, these are different people from the ones all the ones that we're talking about. These are entirely another set of people. Okay, and you see, those are the things that you want to associate yourself with. So if it works for these people, I can tell you without a doubt it will work for you also, because we know exactly what works. Okay, take for example myself, worked in Ireland, worked in the UK, currently reside also in Canada. I've worked for different companies within the same region, even outside, all the way to the US and so on. So we know what works. Okay, and I hope you've been excited about this. Okay. If you wanna keep talking, I want to hear more. Let's go. Who wants to hear more? Let's go. If you want to hear more, put a 1 in the chat. Let's go. Who wants to hear more? Who wants to hear more? I can see a lot of questions in the chat already. Don't worry, I will be taking questions in a few minutes. Okay. Who wants to hear more? If a man now keeps talking, keep talking. I want to hear more. Let's go. All right. Where's the energy, guys? I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. I don't want to see anybody's. I want to see 1 in the chat if you want to hear, if you want me to continue. All right, fantastic, fantastic. I love that. I love the energy, guys. Love the energy. All right. So let's go. Let's jump into it. Okay. So how can you get into any of this career path that's the most asked question. Okay. Okay. I've selected the career path. How do I get started? What do I need to learn? What does the role even entail in the first instance? Okay, and that's what we'll do in the next few minutes before we call it a day. Okay, preach, pastor. Let's go. So you see a lot of people ask, what's the difference between data analyst and financial analyst? We'll talk about that in the next few minutes, then we call it a day. All right. So looking at the role of Agile Project Manager, let's start with the role of the Agile Project Manager. And I want you to take you on a journey for this session, okay, for the next, I would say 15 minutes. I just want to take you on a quick journey. And I want you to listen to me, okay? Because I'm going to be explaining 8 of these career paths, and I'm going to tell you why these roles are very important. Now, number 1 is the Agile Project Manager. Agile Project Manager with Scrum infused. So now I'm going to make up a situation, a scenario. I'm going to come up with a scenario, and I'm going to pick somebody's name. I'm going to speak Chioma because Chioma, I just saw your message. I'm going to pick Chioma. All right. So Chioma, okay. Chioma is selling, let's say Chioma sells bag. Okay. Chioma sells bags. Okay. And she sells it where? She's selling currently as an SME. Okay. Chioma sells a bag on Instagram. Chioma sells her bags on Instagram. Okay. Now, that's what Chioma does. She started a new business and she's selling bag on Instagram. So you see, in order for a buyer, okay, let's just say this is a buyer. In order for somebody to buy, okay, in order for somebody to buy a bag, okay, buy a bag from Chioma, they need to send a DM, okay, on Instagram. They need to send a DM to Chioma to say that, Chioma, is this bag available? Chioma, do you have this bag in color yellow? Chioma, do you have this bag in color green? Chioma, do you have this bag in color in zebra color, whatever the case may be, and you see the entire buy process when you examine the entire buy process, okay? Let's say Chioma hired a business analyst, okay? Chioma hired a business analyst. So I'm going to do Agile Project Manager and Business Analyst together. So you see the difference between the 2 roles. So we don't waste too much time, okay? So let's say Chioma firstly hires a business analyst. Now, this business analyst is going to look at what we call the buying process. The buying process. Buying process. Buying process. We call it the buying process. Okay? We'll look at the buying process. That customer, this is the customer. Okay, the customer wants to buy a bag from Chioma. The customer has to DM Chioma in order for them to buy a bag. So looking at this now, on Instagram, let's say Chioma currently has 500 followers. Currently, she has 500 followers. That's comprising of the friends, families, and all that. She has 500 followers. So you see, Chioma, obviously, looking at this situation, Chioma continues to do the business for the next, let's say, the next 6 months. Okay, 6 months. So Chioma has grown exponentially. People now know Chioma. Chioma has gotten new clients. She has gotten new. So she has grown from 500 followers in 6 months. Currently, she's about 20K followers. Okay, so Chioma has grown exponentially in the last 6 months. 20,000 followers. So if initially, all right, out of 500 followers that she had initially, maybe 5 people usually send her a DM every week. Maybe she gets like 5 people send her a DM every week, okay, to buy a bag, okay? Now, 20,000 followers in the next 6 months, 20,000 followers. Now she had an average of almost 10 people, okay? 10 people sending her DMs every day, okay? She has an average of 10 people sending her messages every single day. Now, a customer that wants to buy a bag, even at 20K followers, they need to send a DM to Chioma on Instagram in order for them to buy a bag. Now, the average time, now the BA will analyze the buying process, okay? Will analyze the buying process and see that, okay, now buying a bag with 10 people sending messages every day, on average, it takes the customer 1 day to complete the buying process. So in order for somebody to buy a bag, in order for a customer to buy a bag from Chioma using an Instagram DM, it takes 1 full day to buy the bag. It takes an entire day. Like when you look at the timeline, send message 1 hour, Chioma responds in 2 hours, send Chioma another message, Chioma responds in another 1 hour, 30 minutes, and so on. So that's entire buy process takes about an average of 1 full day. Okay, on average. So it could be more, it could be less, but on average, it takes about a day for a customer to buy a product. But now the business analyst is going to look at this process and examine it and say that, okay, now looking at this, would you say this process, 1 day to buy a product, do you think it's efficient or not efficient? Now, let me ask you guys, do you think this process is efficient or not efficient for this particular business? Do you think it's efficient or not efficient? So it takes 1 day for a customer to buy 1 bag. So if you want to buy a bag, it's not efficient 100%. Now, that's what the business analyst will do. The business analyst will look at the buying process. So send a DM, respond. Chioma will go into the store to check if they have, oh, Chioma, do you have this color? Chioma will go inside to look at the bags that she has available. That will take another like 15, 20 minutes. Chioma will come back to the, to a phone. Oh, we don't have this. We have it in this 3 colors. Send pictures. That person will say, oh, you don't have it in navy blue. Can I get this other bag in navy blue? And all those things. Okay. Looking at the process, it's very cumbersome. It makes no sense. Okay. All right. And that's the reason why it's taking out an average of 1 day to get a customer to buy a bag. So now the business analyst will look at this particular process and look at how they can improve this business process. How can we improve this business process? Okay. Now, how can we improve it from 1 day to, let's say, 1 hour? Let's say 1 hour. How can we improve it from 1 day to 1 hour? So you see, this 1 day is what we call the current state. Current state. This is what we refer to as the current state. Now, 1 hour in the future, say this is what we call the future state. So the business process, the business analyst wants to improve this buying process in this Chioma's bag sales industry. Okay, wants to improve it from 1 day to 1 hour, future state. Okay, now that's exactly the job of the business analyst. How can we improve, okay, from current state, one day to 1 hour? So the buying process, rather than taking 1 day to buy a bag, can a customer buy a bag in 1 hour? Is it possible? Yes, it is very possible. Now, how would Chioma implement this? How would Chioma implement this? Chioma would implement what we call a website. So in order to achieve this future state, Chioma would need to build a website. Okay, Chioma would need to build a website. Now, the business analyst is not a technical person. The business analyst has no technical skill to be building a website. Okay. Now, what is the job? What has the business analyst done? The business analyst has examined the business process. Customers are buying bags. I mean, that's the only way you make money in this company. You sell bags in order for you to make money. So the more bags you're able to sell, the more money you're going to make. So we need to improve this business process so that we can make more money. So if it takes 1 day for you to make a sale on average, it takes about 1 day to chat to the customer to make a sale. It's not sufficient. You're not going to be making a lot of money. Okay? So imagine if you have 10 people every day to send you a DM. In a week, you have an average of 50 people or 70 Monday to Sunday, 50 or 70 people sending you a DM every single day. And it's taking you 1 day to reply to finish the buying process of 1 customer. So you see that it's not sufficient. Now, the business analyst is examining the business processes, okay, and seeing ways they can improve that business process. Now, this buying process for this organization makes no sense. How can we improve it? We need a website. We need a website. We need to deploy a website. All right. Now, this website is what will get people to buy the product faster than ever before. So you see people that will send you DM, do you have this bag in yellow? Do you have this bag in green? Do you have this bag in red? Okay. Rather than you sending me a DM, go to our website. Our website has those functionalities that you will get to see all the colors, all the size, the leather ones, the Turkish ones, all the kind of bags that you have out there. Okay, that's exactly what you get to see from the website. So the website has handled so many questions that people will be asking in the DM. Everything is on the website. So I mean, you can go to the website, look at the things that you want, check the things that you need, and buy. And that's how you can reduce it from 1 day, okay, to 1 hour. Okay. But now the business analyst is not a technical person, doesn't know how to build a website. Okay. And that's where the project manager comes in. That's where the project manager comes in. So the project manager, okay, the business analyst has recommended that we need to build a website. We need a website. Chioma needs a website. Now, the project manager is that person that will take charge of this project. Let's build a website for Chioma Enterprise. We need to build a website for Chioma. Is the project manager that takes ownership of that project from what? Initiation to completion. So what are the things that we need to build a website? Is the project manager that is going to define what we need and what we don't need. So you see, in terms of timelines, okay, defining the timeline using Scrum or Agile to define Scrum with timelines and all that, they'll be able to do it. In terms of working with resources, okay, resources that we need to implement a full functional website, the resources that is needed, the people that will be working on the project. So we need a front-end developer, we need a back-end developer, we need a product designer, we need money, and so on and so forth. This project manager is in charge of all these resources. So the person that brings everybody together to say, let's have a meeting, let's discuss our progress, let's talk about this. What are the major break lines? If we need to deploy, the website in 2 weeks' time, these are the things that we need to achieve. Is the project manager that has taken that website project that the business analyst has recommended to the business to say that we need a website to develop, to improve our selling process. Now, the project manager takes that project and says that, okay, we need to develop this website in, let's say, 6 months. Okay, how do we develop it in 6 months? What do we need? What are the things that we need? Basically ensuring that whatever needs to be done, all right, whatever needs to get done to ensure this website is built is the project manager that is in charge of the project itself. That's exactly the role of the project manager. Okay, so you see the two roles, the project manager and the business analyst, most time, even though they intersect in some kind of way, but they're still very distinctly separate process, two different roles. Now, the business analyst is focused on business processes and how they can improve business processes. Now, in another situation, in another organization, let's say they want to implement a customer relationship management, a CRM tool. Okay. Now, that implementation will be handled if the business analyst says that, okay, we need to implement a customer relationship management software to solve this problem. Okay, what do? Is the project management is then given to the project manager. The project manager takes that as a project and starts to work on implementation, deployment, and so on and so forth. The business analyst is just looking at the business and looking at ways they can improve certain processes within the organization. The project manager then takes the project holistically, okay, and then works on those projects and ensures they are being delivered. So that's the key difference between the role of the project manager and the business analyst. Okay. Now, we know project manager is in charge of the projects. The business analyst is in charge of looking at business processes and looking at different ways to improve the business process. Now, the next part of it is the data engineer. Okay, let's take a look at the data engineer. All right, in the same, let's use Chioma Enterprise. Okay, Chioma is selling bags on Instagram. Okay, so you see, initially, Chioma used to sell bags on Instagram. Okay, so all the bag sales, all the sales transactions were on Instagram. Okay, sales transactions were where? were on Instagram. Okay. So let's say she also does some things, when people buy and sell, she also stores some data also in Excel. Okay, in Excel. So also she maybe some sales transaction also, she stores it on some other system. Let's just call it legacy system. Okay, some other system. Okay, let's say she has like 3 systems that she's using. So she stores it on all the sales transactions on Instagram are on Instagram. All the, some sales transactions are also on Excel. So she stores it using Excel, Microsoft Excel. And she also stores some in some legacy system, some other third-party system. Okay. Well, now, the project manager and the business analyst, they are currently working on developing a website. They're currently working on developing a website. Now, the data from Instagram, sales transaction, they're in Instagram. The data, or sales data also, they're in Excel. Sales data from legacy system, they're all in separate location. They're all in separate location. Now, this data, okay, all this data here, they want to move it to a central location. Okay, they want to move it to a central location. Now, they are no more using Instagram, or they are still using Instagram for sales, for marketing, not for sales. Okay, now, all the data, past records, the last 6 months ago, all the transaction that happened using Choma Enterprise. Okay, how do you bring all those data in the last 6 months into a central location? Into a central location, all the data, all the sales data. Oh, Choma, I bought a bag 6 months ago. Do you remember me? Oh, Choma, I bought a yellow bag 2 weeks ago. The hand has torn. Can I get a refund? All those sales transactions, that happened 6 months ago, they currently exist in 3 places. Number 1, Instagram. Number 2, Microsoft Excel. Number 3, a legacy system. But now they are developing a website where people will also be buying bags. Okay, so how do you get all the data in this location into a central location? So the data from all the system, you want to move the data. Okay, you want to move the data from here into this place, into this central database, what we call a database. Okay, all right. So the data from the website also, you want to move it into this place. You want to create one source of truth, one central location where all the data, all the sales transaction data, they're in one place. It's just in one single place. That's exactly the job of the data engineer. Moving data from data source, what we call a data source, okay, to a data destination. Okay, data destination. So you see, data was created, obviously the past data was created on Instagram. Some of them were stored in Excel, some of them were stored in legacy systems. How do you move this data that you had stored 6 months ago? How do you move all those data into a new infrastructure? You will see a lot of things around data migration, okay, moving data from one system to the other system. That's the job of the data engineer. So you see all the past sales transaction, they want to move it to a new system, okay? They want to move it to a new system. That's exactly the job of the data engineer. Looking at Choma's business, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Looking at Choma's business, sales transaction were stored on Instagram, Excel, and legacy systems. How do you move all the data that is here into your new system, into your new data structure, the new database? You also have data that will be generated from the website. How do you get all this data into a central location? That's the job of the data engineer. Moving data from a data source to a data destination. All right. So that's the job of the data engineer. Now, we also have data analysts and data scientists, real quick, okay? Now, these roles are people think they are the same thing, but they are not the same thing. So you see, you have data currently from Choma Enterprise. So Choma Enterprise. So Choma currently gets data from a website now. She has a website. She has what do you call it, Instagram. Instagram, okay? Instagram, what else is there? Excel, and let's say legacy system, legacy. Okay, so the data engineer, the first point, moves all this data from all these places, all the data from all these places, moves them into one location, one location. Okay, so this is what we call a data, these are what we call data source, okay, that we refer to as data source. Data source in the sense that this is where the data is being generated. This is where the data is generated. So sales data, okay, sales data, they are generated on the website, on Instagram. Some of them are stored in Excel, and some of them are stored in your legacy systems. So once the data is generated here, the data engineer moves it, okay, to what we call a data destination. Okay, destination. Okay, so you see, these roles are very different. So this is what we call a data warehouse in most situations, data warehouse. Now, you see the data warehouse is here now. Let's say Choma wants to know what bags, okay, what bags do people buy the most? What bags, okay, do customers buy the most? Buy the most. Okay, what bags do customers buy the most? Now, it's the data professional that needs to know what bags people are buying the most. What bags do people buy the most? So you see, the data analyst and the data scientist, the data analyst, okay, and the data scientist will work with the data that the data engineer has made available. Okay, so the data engineer makes the data available for the data analyst and the data scientist. So these two professionals, the data analyst and scientist, they need data to do their work. They need data to do some form of analysis to tell you that, oh, this is the product that we're selling. Our customers in Lagos are the ones that buy majority of our product. Our customers in Abuja prefer this type of product. Before they can come up with those assumptions or those insights, they need data to do the work. And that's where the data engineer comes in to make this data available for them. Now, the data analyst and the data scientist, what's the key difference between the two of them? Number one is the kind of question they answer. Okay, the kind of question they answer. Now, number one, there are three questions that they would majority of the time answer. Number one is what happened? What happened? Okay. Number two is why did it happen? Why did it happen? And number four is what will happen? What will happen? So that's the three questions that the data analyst and data scientist will answer. So you see, the first one is what happened. So you see questions around what was our sales from January to December 2023? Okay, 2023. What was our sales like from January to December 2023? So you see, the data analyst is basically going to use data to answer this question, what happened? So you see, in January, we made a profit of 2 million. In February, we made a profit of 1 million. In March, we increased to 5 million. In April, we reduced to 2.5 million and so on. And you see, that's how the fluctuation will continue to be, okay? All right. And in December, we made 60 million. Let's say 60 million. Okay. This one we made 5 million. This one was, let's say, 12 million. This one was about 1.5 million, and so on and so forth. You get the drift. So basically, the data analyst or the data scientist would use data to tell the story around what happened. That's past event, things that happened in the past. So 2 million in January, 1 million in February, 5 million in March, 2.5 in April, so on and so forth. So you see, that's the job of the data analyst, using data to tell the business exactly what happened. So 2 million to 60 million and so on and so forth. Okay. So moving on from there, okay. Now they also need to tell why did it happen? Why did this particular thing happen? So you see, in some months you made significantly more, and in other months you made significantly less. Okay, so you see there are ups and downs, there are fluctuations in this particular sales, in the sales of this particular organization. I mean, in December, you did 60 million in revenue. So tell me the reason why that happened. What was the reason? What happened? What marketing initiative did we do that drove sales to 60 million? What did we do differently that guaranteed that led us to making 1 million? All right. What did we do on this month, in this particular month, that got us revenue of 2.5 million? What happened? So you see, the data analyst and the data scientist is what you would ideally refer to as Oracle. Okay, oracles in the sense that they run to them, the business will run to them to tell them, to ask them question, what happened this month and why did it happen? So they use data to tell you what happened in the business and why did it happen. So you see, the only difference now is that the data scientist will answer the third question. It's only the data scientist that would answer the third question. So the data scientist is the only person that can answer this question. Okay, that is what will happen. That's what we call predictive analytics. Predictive analytics. Okay, predictive analytics. So now you see, the data analyst will tell you what happened and why it happened, but will never tell you what will happen. Okay, the data scientist is that professional that will tell you what will happen. Now, how would they be able to do this? They would use what we call machine learning, ML, machine learning, and statistical models to be able to predict, okay, what will eventually happen. So you know what happened January to December 2023. Now, what would happen January to December, okay, 2024? That's exactly where the data scientist comes in. So you see the key difference between data analytics and the data scientist is the fact that the data scientist will do a tad bit more work using machine learning and statistical models to carry out prediction. Okay, so that's the key difference between the two of them. Another key difference between the two of them, apart from this, another key difference between the two of them, I'm coming, let me erase the board, okay? I think I need to assign somebody to clean the board when I'm talking. All right, I'm just joking anyways. Give me a second, few seconds, okay? Now, another key difference between the two of them is the type of data that they deal with, okay? So the type of data it's also a key difference between the two of them. So data is divided into what we call structured, okay? Structured and unstructured data. Structured and unstructured data. So structured data basically means tabular data, tables in a table, okay? Data in a table. So if you open up Excel, you see Excel has the data already in rows and column. So any data that is in rows and column is essentially a tabular data, okay? So that's a table. It's a structured data. Now the structured data, the data analyst and the data scientist will work with structured data. Okay, any data that is in a table, structured in a table, rows and column. But the data scientist is the only person that can work with unstructured data. So unstructured data basically means data that cannot fit into a table. For example, a music file. So I send you a music file. That music file, you can't put it into rows and column. You can't put it in a table. If I send you a picture also, can you put a picture into a table? You can't put it in a table. So how are you able to analyze a picture? How would you be able to analyze a music file? How would you be able to analyze an audio file? So that's where unstructured data comes in. And that's where also the data scientists would be able to work with unstructured data. So you see, the type of data is one of the key difference between the data analyst and the data scientist, the type of data. The data analyst and data scientist will both work with structured data, but the data scientist is the only person that can work with unstructured. Now, the type of questions that they answer, what happened, why did it happen, both can be answered by the data analyst. Okay, but now what makes the different data analyst and data scientist? All right. What that makes the difference is the fact that the data scientist will go one step further to tell you exactly what will happen in the future. Okay. And they'll do this using machine learning and statistical models. So you see for Chioma now, Chioma will tell this what do the customers buy the most. The data analyst will answer the question. The data scientist will answer the question. But when it comes to questions like what will our sales, what is revenue like in 2025? Something futuristic. The data analyst will keep quiet. Okay. Won't you keep quiet? Let me speak like our okay. The data analyst will keep quiet because they don't have the capacity, they don't have the facility to do that. They can't. All right, they can't comprehend that question. That's where the data scientists will come in to say that, okay, run some models, do some forecasts to be able to, to be able to, extrapolate what revenue will be like in 2025. That's exactly what the difference between a data analyst and the data scientist will be. Now, the last one, no, cybersecurity is the next one, not the last one, sorry. All right. So the next one, cybersecurity. Obviously, we now know that Chioma, the business analyst, and I think I'm gonna go back to my yellow pen, sorry, just so that you can see my. All right. So the business analyst and the agile project manager, APM, these guys are currently working on a website. Okay, on a website. So all our customers, they come to our website to buy our products. So our website is our office. Our website is the office. Chioma's website is the office. So if a website is down, it means nothing. They can't make money. They can't do anything. They can't literally do anything. All right. So the cybersecurity analyst, okay, the cybersecurity professional is the person that builds security architecture for the website. Okay, if you have hackers, okay, you have scammers, you have all those people that want to just penetrate your website. Okay, they just want to penetrate your website and destroy your website, either destroy or do some malicious things with your website. Who is the person that builds the architecture to ensure that this website that the BA and the PM that build it is secured from external attack? It's the cybersecurity analyst that does all the work. Okay, so in terms of website speed, website vulnerabilities, building the architecture for security for the website, ensuring firewall for the website is all up to date, ensuring that external attacks when they come, certain data are encrypted, that even if the hackers get those information, it is useless to them. Okay, so all this encryption, all this security, all the data that is on the cloud, how do you secure the data in the cloud? How do you secure your network data? How do you secure your network infrastructure? How do you secure your web application? All these security features, because the website is the mainstay of the business. All right, that is literally the lifeline of the organization. What is connecting the user and the business together is the website. So if the website is down, Chioma Enterprise is down. Who builds this security architecture to ensure that the website is free from external attack? The cybersecurity analyst. Okay? And you will notice that these rules have become very, very in demand because everything is done over the internet. Every single thing you do now is done over the internet. You are in a session at the moment. Are you in a session in a physical class? No, you're not. Where are you doing it? Some of you are on your bed, currently going to bed, okay? And you're listening to the session in the comfort of your room, okay? How are you able to do it? Via the internet, okay? Via the internet. Now, who safeguards you over the internet? It's the cybersecurity analyst. And that's what Chioma immediately saw this. Chioma decided to do what? Hire a cybersecurity analyst to safeguard their website from external attacks. Even if they have external attacks, how did you identify? How did you respond? How do you build from there? Do you understand? That's exactly the job of the cybersecurity analyst. Okay, now moving on to the next person. next person, let me speak for my next person, the financial analyst and the HR analyst. Now, these roles are very, very in demand, like I said earlier. So the financial analyst does, does financial analysis. Okay. So you see, all things are actually every business, there's no business on the surface of the earth that doesn't deal with finances. So the financial analyst is that professional and knows how to use data analytics. Okay. Data analytics combines data analytics, okay, plus finance. Okay. All right, combines these two together to solve critical business problems. So you see, I just used to like to use my experience. I would like to use my experience. I worked with one of the clients also within the energy space in the UK. Now, this energy company provided, gas, electricity for individuals, okay, for people across the UK. It's a business that does gas, electricity, and all that. Okay. So they had a finance team, okay, and because they had different locations in the UK, or they had locations in Portsmouth to Southampton to London, so on and so forth. They had like across. So they had different team on ground. Okay. Now, the team on ground in each of these locations, different parts of the UK, they have budgets. At the end of every month, there's a budget. Okay, there's a budget. Or should I use Choma? Maybe I should. Let me just finish this. Maybe I'll use Choma's business as an example. All right. So they have a budget for each month. They have a budget for each month. So sometimes they spend above the budget, and sometimes they spend below the budget. But now, in this organization, they had a finance team already. Okay. But you see, this monthly budget, this budget reports, I'll just call it the budget reports. These budget reports that happens every single month. Okay. When the finance team prepares this report, it takes them well over almost 2 weeks to create this report because they have different locations in the UK. So the team in Portsmouth, they're like two teams or two, three teams in Portsmouth. So one is covering, maybe South, what do you call it again, South Hemisphere. The other one is covering the other. So they are different teams because of how big their network is. So you see, collecting this data every month to do the analysis takes the finance team about 2 weeks to do this report. And it was a major headache. Even after doing the report, what the people will say in Portsmouth and what the head office will say, it never matches. It never matches. Portsmouth to say they spent £40,000. This HR and the head office will say they spent 35,000. Okay, so where did you get your 5,000 extra? So there was a mess. So they needed to build an analytical solution for these finance reports. Okay, they wanted to build an analytical solution for these finance reports. And exactly what did you do? And that's where I came in. Okay, all right. So I know a bit of data analytics. I have a bit of experience in finance. Did this report for them. All right, automated majority of the work in finance and everything. And guess what? This report I used to take a week, 2 weeks before, about 2 weeks before, was done every day. Okay, was done in the way that it runs every single day. What applications did I use to automate this? I used Power BI. Okay, I used Power BI. I used Google Sheets. Okay, Google Sheets. All right, and what? And Google Forms. Google Forms. And this particular stuff was updated every day. So rather than doing this every 2 weeks, I was able to use Power BI, Google Sheet, and Google Forms to automate the entire process. Now, rather than waiting 2 weeks to know exactly what happened last month, now people know exactly on a day-to-day basis what people are spending out of their budget, spend variance, and all that. So now financial analytics is beyond just finance. It also incorporates data analytics in solving financial problems within the organization. So this organization has the finance team. The only difference is that we were able to do the analysis using financial data. Now, HR analytics is the last one. This is where you mix data analytics and people, employees. Okay? Data analytics plus people. Okay? Plus people. Now, you're using data to solve people problems. The financial analyst is using data analytics to solve financial problems. Now, employees, okay, what are the three main critical aspects of every business? You have number one is the technology of the business, number two is the process, okay, and number three is people, okay? It's the people that will work with the technology and it's the people that will drive process. So people are the most important, and they are the most important assets of any organization. Now, who are the people that uses data to make informed decision on the people? Okay, is the HR analyst using data to inform on people's strategy, the kind of people you employ, what are the high performers, what does an high performer employee look like in your organization? How do you hire certain caliber of people to continue to hire high quality people within the team? How do you ensure people are engaged on their job? How do you use data to carry out performance evaluation, job enrichment, and so on? How do you talk about benefits of the employees? People are leaving your organization. It might not be because they are terrible bosses. It might not be because of things that you think they are, okay? It might be because of benefits, extra benefits, not just the salaries. It could be pension. How do you know? Using data. That's exactly where it comes in. So you see, every role here, you see how crucial they are in the world that we live in. So you see, I'm just going to reiterate each of them. The project manager is in charge of the project of any organization. So if you want to build a website, you want to implement a customer relationship management software, you want to build, you want to sell, the project manager is the one that takes ownership of that project from inception to deployment. The business analyst on the flip side looks at business processes and looks at ways they can improve those processes. Okay, the data engineer moves data from one source to the other. The data analyst analyzes data to answer two questions: what happened and why did this happen? When you go the step further, that's where you go into data science, where you're not doing what we call predictive analytics. When you not talk about predictive analytics, that's where the data scientists actually comes to raise their shoulder. Okay, now that they come to raise their shoulder, and the cybersecurity analyst is the person that goes ahead to build security architecture for these organizations. And what else after that? When you talk about financial analytics, people that know how to use data analytics to solve financial problems. Okay. And last but not the least, we have HR analysts, which is you using data to solve HR or people related problems within the organization, within any company. All right. So if you've learned something significant, put a one in the chat, guys. I think this is where I'm going to be calling it. I'm going to be calling it a day shortly. Okay, put a one in the chat if you've enjoyed yourself so far, or if you've learned something different if you've learned something absolutely different. Fantabulous. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now the last thing I'm going to say in today's session is, if you don't take anything away from this session, is technical skills plus employability skills equals to job offer. So that's why I tell you that free resources is not going to get you what you're looking for. Free resources will get you the technical skills, but if you don't have employability skills, you will likely not get a job. It's going to be difficult for you to get a job. So we have an equation that we use with data analytics. It is T plus E equals to job offer. Technical skills plus employability skills gets you your offer. Now let me share with you the employability skills that we are going to help you with. Number one is CV review. We're going to help you review and revamp your CV. Oh, I have experience. Oh, I don't have experience. I've never worked a day in my life. I have been running businesses. How do you tailor your CV to get that experience that you need to get a job? We would help you with your CV review and revamp. Revamp there is not just for the fun of it. Revamp means that we are revamping all your past experiences and tailoring it to your new desired experience. So that's the revamp. Review, I would say, is for people that have a little bit of experience. So let's say you've worked at a bank as a risk analyst, all right, and you're trying to go into data science. That's what we call a review. We look at your experience and we see how we can review it to your new desired goal. But revamping means that we are removing everything and we are taking our overhauling, okay, your entire experience. Number two, LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn optimization is like Google search engine. So the way you go on Google to search for the best product, or what is the best place to eat on a Sunday, all right, and Google recommend to you. Now the recommendation is based on certain criterias, okay, on how people find us, how people have reviewed, or how people have seen those things. So LinkedIn optimization is very important. So LinkedIn optimization is the Google search engine of LinkedIn. So the way a recruiter will go on LinkedIn and search for potential clients, potential employers, or candidates, if would your profile appear? So if a recruiter goes and said they are looking for a data or a business analyst, will your profile appear? That's a key question. If your profile will not appear, then your LinkedIn profile is not optimized. So I had a session yesterday where I talked about LinkedIn optimization and I talked about the importance of eyeballs. The more eyeballs that your profile appears, that your profiles attract, the more eyeballs would you put like your two eyeballs. The more eyeballs that your profile attracts, the more opportunities you're likely going to get. Okay, so how do you optimize your profile to get you those eyeballs? That's LinkedIn optimization. Number three, navigating the job market, navigating the global job market. So, today we talked about the first thing, which is a lot of people learning a skill and thinking that they're limited to a particular job position. So you learn cybersecurity analyst, cybersecurity, and you're only looking for a job as a cybersecurity analyst. That's you shoot yourself in the leg. So what other roles can you do? All right, that's talking about navigating the job market. What other industries can you play in? Those are other roles. Like those are the things that will do for you. How to navigate the job market. Okay, talking about the evening job market also. So it's only job positions that don't get filled in by I would say head hunting. So you see, if an organization, so I worked with a company, I've worked with several organizations, okay? So most times I'm always leading projects, okay? So take for example, the most recent one is I was working with a client of mine in Canada and they are implementing, product analytics. So in terms of product, we're looking at Google Analytics, we're looking at Google Looker Studio, and so on and so forth. So we're implementing all this. And we needed somebody to fill the role of, somebody that would implement, someone that has experience with Google Analytics. So what do we do? First of all, we're looking at somebody within the marketing domain. Okay. So the HR person that I worked with, that was obviously I needed a person to work with. The first thing the person did was to go on LinkedIn to look out for people that had that particular skill. Okay. Now, it's only when the person spent the next 2 weeks looking for and speaking to people on LinkedIn and couldn't fill the role in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, was when they created an ad. Okay, that's when they created an ad to say that, oh, we're looking for somebody that has this particular skill set. And people started applying and so on and so forth. So you see, the first step most of the time is not the job board. It's not a job board for most organizations. So how do people identify people before you even apply? So that's where LinkedIn optimization comes in. Okay, so when they search, will they see your profile? Will they see that you have this certain skill set to stand you out? That's exactly what LinkedIn optimization does. All right. And that's how it feeds into navigating the job market. Because the ones that you see on the job boards are the ones that they find difficult to fill. Okay, they find it difficult to fill by themselves doing their normal headhunting. So when that doesn't work is when they now feel. So how do you latch into that hidden job market? The ones that don't get on the job board, how do you get those access to those jobs? That's exactly what we do for you during the navigating job market sessions. Interview preparation. So you see where we're coming from. You have a good CV, you have a good LinkedIn profile, you know how to navigate the job market. I will guarantee you'll get interviews. Now you go tire. Okay? You will get interviews. Now, when you get these interviews, would you go there and start saying blue? Okay, would you start talking nonsense? No. Would you start to freestyle? No. How do you answer this question so profoundly, like you sound like an expert? That's exactly where we come in with our mock interview sessions that we train you, okay? That we train you on how to answer questions, situational based question. Tell me about yourself questions. How do you impress your interviewer? What are the things to say? How do you answer the questions? What questions do you even ask at the end of the interview? They ask some of you, do you have any question for us? I think you've answered I think I've answered all my questions. No, ask questions, intelligent questions that would give you that upper hand in the recruitment process. So interview preparation, you see how the employability services that we offer now are coming to part. Okay, CV review, link optimization, navigating the job market, interview preparation. Number 5, job reference. I know somebody asked this in the chat earlier. Job reference, 100%. And this is one of the critical things that you need to get a job. Anywhere, UK, US, Poland, Germany, France, Italy, Canada, Mexico, anywhere you are in the world, you need reference. You need reference. Now, how do you get reference? Okay, if you are the past experience in the bank, you're working as a teller in a bank somewhere in Ghana, okay, and you relocated, you're now in Canada, and you're looking to get a job, you've done the skills, you've learned the skills, you did well in the interview, no reference. You're calling your bank in Nigeria where you worked as a teller and you're telling them to give you reference for data science. Nobody's going to give it to you. All right. So that's exactly what we offer. We offer you with job reference. So we will stand in for you, literally from the top, from the beginning to the end. We'll stand in for you to ensure that, that, and because you've worked on projects with us, you've worked on projects, you've gone through the training, you've done projects, you've done your internship, or you will do your internship, we can vouch for you. We can vouch for you. So we provide you with job reference letter to get you started. Number 6, on the job support. So my guys, under number 6, I think we are providing literally all the help that you need. Number 1, you need a good CV. You need to learn the skills. We are teaching you the skills already. Technical skills covered. Employability skills again. By the time you will review your CV, we'll optimize your LinkedIn. We'll tell you how to apply for jobs, where to apply for jobs, tell the jobs you can apply to, interview, preparing for interview, reference, we'll provide reference for you. By the time you get that, once you even get the job and you don't know what to do, we will still help you with on-the-job support. So you see how everything is coming together, guys. On-the-job support to provide you with, if you're they gave me this project in the office, I did the first part, but I'm not sure how to do the second part. How do I go about it? Support. That's what we do for you. Okay. So now number 7 is weekly mentorship session. Weekly mentorship session, providing you with the support. People that have gone through Teralytics have gotten jobs, experts in the industry coming to talk to you, mentor you on how to also get started. Now, last but not the least is Upwork optimization. This is freelance platform that provides you with job opportunity, freelance opportunities globally. So if you're in the US, you're looking for a freelance opportunity, fantastic. If you're in Nigeria, you're in Ghana, you're in Sierra Leone, Kenya, Rwanda, you're looking for freelance, Upwork is the best platform to be on. Okay, it's been remarkable for me. Also, people have gone through Teralytics. Okay, we had somebody that just worked with a client, Alfa Romeo, in the US. So Alfa Romeo, the car brand, car sales organization in the US, they needed somebody to work freelance with them, data professional, data analytics. And that person currently worked on the project for about 6 months while they were also working full-time for another organization in Nigeria. Okay, so you see, that's the beauty of, that's how diverse work is at the moment. But the other good thing is that the time zone is also very, very friendly. So the guy was working, I think, in the evening, I think it was around 7 p.m. I think either 5 p.m. to like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning, some kind of ridiculous time. Okay. But anyways, it was after I had finished working in Nigeria, he starts to work in the one in the US. So it was earning remotely and it was also earning in Nigeria. So quite a number of opportunities here, guys. Additional employability services that we offer, 8 of them, from CV, LinkedIn, navigating, interview, job reference, on-the-job support, weekly mentorship, and Upwork optimization. So you see that we have you at heart in getting started. So guys, we have a cohort starting on the 3rd of August, okay? And like I said, it always seems impossible until it is done. So more success stories, we have Biola from accounting to get on a job as a data, financial analyst here in Canada. We have Olubemi got a job as a business data analyst also in Canada. Michael got a job as a sales engineer, that's data engineering for a software company in the UK. Muhyiddin got a job as a business development analyst for a company in the UK, BBX, and currently resides in Nigeria. Okay, so he works fully remote for a company in the UK. These are people like you and I that are starting this street journey. Okay, the key difference between them, and you notice that these are another set of people that I've not even spoken about since money. Okay, and I've spoken quite a lot about other people, and these are another set of people that have gotten a job. Okay, so you see, without wasting too much time, we have a course starting on the 3rd of August 2024. If you are looking forward to starting, please join us now. Join us now. So we actually have a discount running at the moment, 20% discount for the training program starting on the 3rd of August. So for all the training programs running at the moment, we have a 20% discount. And I feel like you need to take advantage of that discount as soon as possible. Now, the discounted amount gives you the opportunity to pay in 2 installments. Now, the discounted amount allows you to pay in 2 installments. Now, if you're going for business analysis, or you're going for data analytics, or you're going for data engineering, or data science, cybersecurity, HR analytics, financial analytics, and agile project manager. So if you're going for any of this training program, this is the discounted amount. So if you are in the US, the discounted amount is $600 instead of $750. So if you're in the UK, it's £500 instead of £625. The discount is €580 instead of €730. And even in Canada, it is 900 Canadian dollars instead of 1,125 Canadian dollars. So now the discounted amount gives you the opportunity to pay in 2 installments. Okay, making it as flexible as possible for you. So the first payment is what you need to pay to secure your discount, to secure your position in class. So you have $400,000, $400,000, $400, not thousand, sorry. $400 for the guys in the US. If the Lord moves you to pay $400,000, we would accept it, and we don't want to one training with you. All right. So $400, £350, okay, for you in the UK. These are your first installment. So now, if you're taking advantage of the discount, all you need to pay now is $400 if you're in the US or its environment. If you're in the UK, £350 is what you need to pay. Also in euros, that's at €400 if you're in Europe, anywhere in Europe, and 600 Canadian dollars. Now, for second payment, all you need to pay, the money is there for you, okay? Now that is, second payment comes 1 month into the training program. So 1 month, making it as flexible as possible for you. So the second payment is $200, $150, €180, and 300 Canadian dollars. That's 1 month into the training program. 1 month into the training program. So yeah, so if you're looking to make payments, please make your payment now. Now the discount is closing up by Monday, that's tomorrow. So the discount is going to be off by tomorrow. And the bad thing about I would say the thing that's not favorable for you is full amount. If you don't take advantage of the discount and you want to pay the full amount, you have to pay the amount in full without no installment. So the discount is not just the discount you're enjoying, you're also enjoying the fact that you can pay in 2 installments. Okay, so those are the things that we have for you today. All right. So for the guys, for the guys that want to pay in Naira, all I would say is click on the link that has been sent to the chat. Okay, so you see the mainstack.me for people that want to make payment. Click on the link. It's going to take you to this. It's going to take you to this landing page, our main stack page, where you can make payments. Okay, so you see the price in Naira. It's there, looking at you though. All right, so you see for Naira, it's 960,000 Naira. That's the discounted payment. So first payment, you can pay $700, 700,000 Naira. Okay, and the balance is 260,000. So if you want to pay in Naira, this is the price in Naira. 700,000 Naira for the first payment and 260,000 Naira for the second payment. Okay. So now you can make payment in two ways, either through direct transfer or through card and online payment. So you can make payments through direct transfer or card/online payment. All you need to do is click on this link and you get to this page. So I'm going to send the link again to the chat. My colleagues are already sending it to the chat, but I'll just send it one more time. Okay. So I'll click on the link and it's going to take you to this page. You can make payments in two ways, either through direct transfer or card/online payments. So now for card direct transfer, that means you're sending the money directly to the account. Okay, you're sending money to the account. So all you need to do is these are the account numbers there. For the guys in Canada, the interact that we use is finance@teralytics.org. For the pound account, you have the pound account in there. For the euros account details, the number is in there. USD, same thing. And the Naira account, for the guys that are looking for the Naira for Naira, this is the Naira equivalent, the Naira equivalent. All right. So I'll take questions in a few minutes. So if you have any questions, please just take note of your question. I will take all your questions in the next few minutes. All right. So these are the direct transfers that you have in here. Card and online payments, if you want to pay using your card, please feel free to do that. So if you're interested in, say, cybersecurity, I'm going to click on cybersecurity and it's going to open up a dedicated secure page for you to make your payment. So now with that, all you need to put in your information. So you see, this is currently telling me £500. Okay, this is currently saying £500, which is the full amount, but I need to pay £350 to secure my discount. So I'll change this 3,500 to £350 and I would initiate the transaction. Okay, and I will initiate the transaction to reserve a seat. Click on reserve a seat, put in my information and make the payment. So you see, the link would give you your price in your currency. All right, the link will give you your price in your local currency. Okay, so if you're in Nigeria, you would see it in Naira. If you're in the UK, you see it in pounds. If you're in the US, you see it in USD, and so on and so forth. Okay, so those are the two ways you can make payments. Okay, either through card and online payment or through direct transfer So once you've made your payment, guys, click here. You see on the same link, you see upload your receipt here. Upload your receipt here. You see it here. Upload your receipt here. Click on this, and it's going to take you to your receipt here. Okay, so you'll fill in the form. So once you've made your payment, please, guys, fill the receipt, the registration form. I see a lot of people sending me private messages on, they've made payments. So once you've made your payment, all you need to do is upload your receipt here. Okay, upload your receipt here. Now, there's something I forgot to mention. The discount is only available for the first 15 people. Okay, it's not available to the end of time. Okay, it's only available for the first 15 people. So if you're looking to join, please take advantage of it right away without taking too much time. Okay, so discount are available for the first 15 people. Click on the link. Okay, you would see either you pay through direct transfer or through card payment. So once you've made that transfer, take a screenshot and upload your receipt. Once you've made payment, ensure you upload your receipt. Okay. Who can contact for direct conversation after the meeting? Okay, so we have the numbers here. So if you can take the numbers in here, all right, so you can talk to any of our numbers here. So this is our Nigerian number, and we have Canadian numbers in there that you can also call. Okay, so send a message or call these numbers, or you can send us an email to enquiries@teralytics.io. Okay, or you can chat with us on WhatsApp using our Canadian account. It's a Canadian phone number. Okay, so you see, those are the things that you have there. So if you're looking to secure your discount, please secure your discount right away. So now let me show you the platform. Let me quickly show you the platform, what you get after you make your payment. Number one, you get access to the LMS, the Teralytics Learning Management System. So once you make payment, you gain access to the Teralytics LMS, the Learning Management System. So these are websites. You can go to a website to register you gain access to the dashboard. Now, for you that registers, you get access to the training program. Okay, you gain access to the training program. So you see data engineering instructor-led courses. So you see full stack data science, you see data analytics. So once you make payment for your course, you gain access to the course that you registered. Okay, so take for example the full stack data science or destined data analytics. I'm going to click on that, and you see it's sorry to show you the timeline that you need. So for people that are sorry, give me a second. Okay, so for people that are asking for a timeline, um, sorry, just give me a second. I want to see, am I still on? Adam, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Femina.
Okay, all right. So for data analytics, let's say you're interested in data analytics course and you pay for the data analytics course. You see the countdown is telling you calm down your weekly target for each week. Week 1, week 0 to week 12. So 3 months. Majority of all our training programs are for 3 months. All training programs for 3 months, and they come with 1 month free internship, free virtual internship. So you see the data analytics instructor-led courses. Click on continue learning. Okay, I'll click on for you to start learning now. So for the data analytics course, you see everything broken down to the barest minimum. So you see week 0, you have installation telling you all the things that you need to install to get started. So you see how to install Microsoft Office, how to install, Power BI for Windows, how to install Power BI for MacBook, how to download PostgreSQL, how to download and install Tableau Public. So all the things you need to install will be made available. Introduction to problem solving, all the stages of problem solving, root cause analysis, decision tree, Pareto principle, all the things that you need to learn in data analytics is in your self-paced courses. Introduction to Microsoft Excel, okay? So you see introduction to Excel. Everything is made available. And this is what I talked about the self-paced aspect. People that want to sit down by themselves and learn at their own pace. You have the opportunity of doing that. Okay. So you get access to our well-developed and deployed LMS structured in a way to make you learn. Okay, even as a beginner or as an experienced person, it really doesn't matter. It starts from the regionate. Now, you also have access to Oluko, our own AI tool that we have designed for our learners. Okay, so I'm going to start a new chart so you see exactly what you get from it. Okay, start a new chart. Okay, I'm going to put my name. It's asking me for my name. What's my first name? I'm going to say Ifemena. Okay, I'm going to press enter. And you see, hello Ifemena, my name is Oluko, which stands for teacher. I am your personal AI trainer designed by Teralytics. Which of the categories below best suits your current concerns? Is it a career-related questions, course content explanation, code-based issues, or interview preparation? And we're also expanding it to answer more questions for you. Okay, so rather than you have your own AI tool that will provide you with all the assistance or the help that you need in your transitioning story. Okay, so the LMS not just provides you with the materials, it provides you with the AI features, okay, that would also help you learn better, faster at your own pace. If you have an interview coming up, you see the interview preparation, you can quickly schedule an appointment with one of our experts that will train and also prep you for the interview that you're going into. Also, you can request for a reference letter, okay? And that's exactly what you have here. Request for a reference letter. You click on this, it gets you started, okay? It gets you to send an email to request for a reference letter. If you have issues in class and you need to chat to the class instructor, please feel free. You have access to all the instructors in your class and you'll be able to chat to them also. Now, you also have a leaderboard that allows the abuse competition within the class. Okay, so also you want to be in that community of people that are learning together, growing together to get you what you're looking for. So we're building a community. It's not just a training firm. We're also building a community of African tech professionals. Okay, so that's exactly what you get from the LMS. Okay, you also have your live classes. So the training program is a combination of self-paced and live classes. Now, all your live classes are stored in the Google Classroom. All your live classes are stored in the Google Classroom. So take, for example, cybersecurity. The guys that started this month. So you see it here, cybersecurity. cohort C2407, the guys that started this month. So they have access to their, let me show you cybersecurity first of all. So cybersecurity, you also get the same thing. You have your learning content, you have your self-paced content, okay, that shows you the foundation to computing, you move into networking, computer networking, and so on. All right. So every weekend you have a class also that shows you exactly what you need to learn. So introduction, you see there, foundation to computing, class 2, introduction to cybersecurity, and you have all those materials in there. So your live classes, if I show you, let me just start from the beginning, which is foundation to computing. You have your live class, all right? You have a live class and you have it there. So all classes are recorded, all live classes are recorded for your own consumption, not another person, for you to come and use. So even if that class, you want to revisit it, watch it at your own pace, re-listen, and just like the way I would do, just like myself, what I would do, okay, is the same thing that happens. So you have the live classes where you have people walking you through the classroom and all the things that you need to do in cybersecurity. Okay, so you have the live classes. You also have, all live classes are recorded. Anyways, all live classes are recorded to get you what you need within the tech space. So if you have any question, please start preparing up your question. I'll be happy to take your questions in a few minutes. So you have access to the live classes, all recorded sessions. All the live classes are recorded. So even if something happens and you miss the class, you have access to the recording. Okay. And in here also, you have access to people, you have access to your teachers. Okay, you have access to your teachers, Ibrahim Suleiman, Adam Adrashid, Adiza, Chukwemeka, you see myself here, you see Israel, Olu Adamilola, and so on and so forth. So you see, these are the people that you gain access to, that you can always reach out to, ask them questions and so on. So you would have access to the self-paced content, you would have access to the live classes to get you what you need to have in order to get started. So when we're talking about robust, how robust, take for example, the case study for networking, like I mentioned during the session, the case study is a live case study, okay, for this cybersecurity. And that's the same thing for all the courses, okay? You see this, I'm just going to play this, and I'll enlarge it. So you see this, the business problem. Recently, Techstar Solution acquired a new client, a local law firm. This is a real life case study. This is a real life project that has been redesigned to suit you for your learning purpose. So Techstar Solution acquired a new client, a local law firm that has been experiencing significant network-related issues. The law firm comprising 30 workstations and 3 servers, has faced problems like slow network speed, frequent disconnections, and potential security breaches. The law firm's network architecture lacks a proper firewall system, and network management practices are outdated. With the increasing amount of sensitive data being handled, client data, client information, case files, etc., the lack of robust security measures and an efficient network system is becoming a critical concern. You have been employed as a cybersecurity consultant, okay, to provide a lasting solution to the business. So what is the lasting solution that you're going to build? That's exactly what you start to work on, building, using Cisco Packet Tracer to build a network infrastructure, imbibe a bit of firewall, imbibe a bit of security measures and all that to ensure everything works and that's what you get from all the training program. Okay, all the training program, all the courses come with case studies. You see everything case study, offensive and cyber and defensive cybersecurity. You have a case study, cyber threat and attack vectors. You have a case study, cryptography. You have a case study. Everything comes with its case studies. So this is what you gain to benefit from going into the classes. Hands-on practical experience. And you still have live classes that will do the same thing when you get to work on project. Okay, when you get to work on project in the live class. Okay, so take for example, you have offensive and defensive cybersecurity. This is the live class. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the live class is like. Okay, so all the classes are all project driven, with actual case studies, with actual things that you will get to work on. Okay. So those are the things that you get to benefit from the training program. Okay. So I think that's where I'm gonna draw the curtain. I think I'll take a few questions and then I will call it a day. Okay. So if you're looking to get it started, guys, this is the best time for you to get started. Click on the link, make your payments, register now, and let's see how we can help you get your tech journey started. All right. So let me take a few questions and call it a day. All right. So the question is, so let me take the first question. Okay. I don't think how many months in the training. Okay, so I think a lot of people are asking about how long is the training. So I've paid the first installment. When will I be given the links for the August 3 quarters? Yes, once you confirm payment, once you've confirmed your payment, you should get your, if you've paid last week or some weeks back, you get access to the platform this week. This week we're entering by Monday, Tuesday, you should get access to the platform. Okay, so Olivia, you'll get access to the platform. And Shaw says this is fantastic, fantabulous. Good to have you. Good that you're seeing the value in the training program. Yeah, the discount is going to be ending tomorrow, so you want to take advantage as soon as possible. You want to get advantage. You want to take the advantage now. Grab your copy now, so you can actually get started now. Okay, so if you're looking to get it started, the discount is this discount is ending tomorrow, so you want to take advantage. Is it that the discount ends tomorrow or 15 people will register? So that's either one of them that comes first, that's what would likely fly. Okay, so now let me take a couple of questions. So in terms of how long is the training program, so the length of the training program, I'm just going to do that briefly. Okay, so you see for okay, just get a pen. Let me get my own pen so I can write and you can see what I'm writing. Okay, so for business analysis, for example, the training program is for 4 months. Like I mentioned, all the training programs are for 4 months. Okay, so for business analysis, you are learning for 2 months. Okay, 2 months of live class learning, and you have 2 months of virtual internship. Virtual internship. So for this training program, is for 4 months. That's a business analyst for 4 months, 2 months of live class learning, and 2 months of immersive virtual learning and virtual internship experience. So you're going to work on projects in Excel, SQL, Power BI, Lucy Charts, Confluence, Jira, Draw.io, Trello, and ChatGPT. You get to use all these technologies and more in your journey of getting started. Now, moving on to the next one, cybersecurity. What would you learn? Or how long is it? It's also for 4 months, 3 months of learning, and 1 month of internship. 4 months of entire learning timeline, 3 months of learning, and 1 month of virtual internship. Now, you will also get to learn, networking and computing, information security principles, offensive and defensive cybersecurity, cryptography basics, cyber threat and attack vectors, network security, endpoint security, web and application security. We talked about this in the session, cloud security, incident response and forensic, and cybersecurity policies and compliance. Agile project manager, the timeline is for 4 months also, like I mentioned, 3 months of learning and 3 months of immersive internship experience. Okay, so what would you be learning? Introduction to project management skills and communication, foundation to Agile and Scrum, understanding Scrum framework, the Scrum artifacts, advanced Scrum and Agile practices, end-to-end use of Jira and Confluence in projects, Kanban boards for project workflow management, Agile metrics and reporting, leadership and reward application, Nexus scale Scrum, and we're also preparing for the PSM exam. So 3 months of learning and 1 month immersive internship experience. Okay. Now, data analytics, data science, data engineering, they are all for 4 months. For data analytics, 4 months, 3 months of learning, 1 month of internship. Data science, the same thing, 4 months of learning, 4 months total timeline, 1 month, 3 months learning, 1 month internship. So 3 months of live class learning. So that's where you get the week 12. So 12 weeks. Okay. Data engineering for 5 months, 3 months of learning. Okay. And 2 months internship. So you get 2 months internship in data engineering and 3 months of live class learning. All right, financial analytics and HR analytics are the same thing. 4 months of learning timeline, 3 months of learning, and 1 month internship. The same thing for HR. 3 months live classes, 1 month internship. Okay, and that goes through all the training programs that we have running at the moment. Okay, so we have classes on live classes on Saturdays. So for financial analytics and HR analytics, you have your live classes on Saturday. So we have the morning session 11 to 2 p.m. West African time, and you have the evening session 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. That the evening session is tailored for the guys in Canada and the US. So for the guys in Canada and the US, and you're interested in financial analytics, it is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Now, same thing for HR analytics. If you're in Canada and the US and you want to attend the HR analytics training program, the timing is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're in Nigeria, Europe, or anywhere in Africa, or anywhere in Europe, it is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. That should sustain you. And that's the same thing you get for data analysts, data scientists, and data engineering. Okay, for data engineering, it's slightly different. The timing for data engineering is slightly different. Okay, so for data engineering, it is 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time, and that will be 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. West African time, and 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Data analyst is simply with data scientists and HR and finance. So we have the time that is tailored for the guys in Africa and the guys in Europe, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. If you're anywhere in Africa or anywhere in Europe, that time suits you. So if you're in Canada or the US, okay, the time is 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, just like we said earlier. And that's what you get also for cybersecurity and Scrum Master. The timing are almost the same thing. All right. So let me see. I think I'm going to take some people to raising up their hand. Joyce has been raising up her hand right from almost the beginning of the session. So I think I'm going to take questions from people raising up. They also look at the chat. So Joy, do you want to unmute yourself and ask your question? Joyce, go ahead, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's been such an insightful journey, and I'm like willing to embark upon the course right away. But then I have some little challenges, but that's not the point for me. What I wanted to ask is, I want two questions. First is that as a project Scrum manager, what is coming across is, to be a project manager, it has to be in the tech domain.
Yes.
Okay.
In tech domain. Yeah, well, yes, that's the whole idea, really, to be honest.
Okay. So meaning I will have to have some foundational technical skills, ideally
Yes.
to be able to engage the other team members,
Uh,
on
yes. Well, not necessarily one-on-one. Okay. So the project manager, like I explained, is the person that is in charge of the project.
right.
So take, for example, you need to build a website. Is the project manager that brings everybody together on the project. So in terms of resources, the people, human resource, like the front end, back end, the web developer, the data analyst, anybody that's going to work on that project, basically, the project manager is the person that is in charge of the project. So now you don't need to know how to build a project. You don't need to know how to build a website. Okay? The web developers are the ones that know how to build a website. Okay, so you are the one handling the project. It's like you building a house. You don't know how to build a house, but you have a bricklayer, you have a plumber, you have an electrician. So you see, when you guys want to start building the house, okay, guys, what do we do first? What's the first thing? Oh, the bricklayer would say that, oh, we need to create a foundation. Okay, before we create the foundation, we need to know where the toilet, where the bathroom, where the this is. You are just there to guide, to ensure that the things that are meant to be done are done. That's your work. So you are not a technical person. You are working with technical people, yes, okay, but they are the ones that would work on the project. Yeah. So I don't know if that makes sense to you. Uh, So you are not a developer. You would not need to learn how to do programming or anything like that. So Joyce, I don't know if that answers your question, anyways.
100% answer my question. That's part A to my question. And of course, as so I'm looking at starting with BA because the project agile manager is on the I side at the moment. So I'm looking at starting off with the BA part piece because the BA piece also gives me an introduction into these technical skills at a reasonable level to, I mean, to be able to engage on other levels. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So as
So
a
you want to start with a PA?
BA, as a BA,
Okay. Why?
yeah. Say that again, please.
I said, why? Why would you want to start with a BA first? Is there a reason why?
Yeah, because I started that last year, but I've not had that. I've not had the opportunity to have this kind of structured learning. I've just been
Okay.
reading. Yeah,
Okay.
I've just been reading Babok, trying to make sense of it. You know.
Barbok is not gonna get. It's not gonna do anything for you. Trust me.
Exactly. So here I can see it's going to harness my knowledge and my skill and be able to
Okay.
deploy same right with
That's
your
it.
program. Yeah, that's what I'm
Mhm.
thinking. Okay, if I start off with BA, at least to a large extent, I have that inroad into the technical water view. Then I can
Yeah.
now step up to the project manager level. I mean, project agile manager, whatever it is that you.
You really don't need to go through that wrong route to get to where you're
Okay.
going to. And that's exactly, I think it's a wonderful question you're asking, anyways, because a
Okay.
lot of people have this mindset also. Project management and business analysis are not the same. They're not the same. One does not lead to the other one does not lead. They have some things that intertwine with one another, but they are not the same thing. So what I would say is anyone that you're interested in, that's what you should go with. Now, if you're interested in business analysis because you've done some training in the past and this is where you would like to start, fine and good. If project management is your core, you want to go into project management, that's what you like to do, please start. Because all the training programs that we have designed are beginner friendly, that will start you from that beginning and teach you what you need to know in order for you to get a job. Okay. So if it's business analysis you're interested in, okay, it's going to start from the beginning. So that's the reason why I want to show you the curriculum also. So for business analysis, you start from the rudiments, and we do a bit of data analytics in BA, okay? And the reason why we do that is very simple because majority of the jobs that you're going to be looking for, would have a little bit of data analytics infused in it. So a lot of recruiters now are looking for business analysts that have a spice of data analytics. So the way a lot of Gen Z people would say they are looking for a church girl with some bad vibes or whatever they say. Okay, so they're looking for a good girl that has bad vibes. That's what recruiters are looking for. They're looking for business analysts that have data analytics skills. Okay, so that's the reason we're going to teach you Excel, we're going to teach you Power BI, we're going to teach you SQL, even in the business analysis training program. So when you can apply for roles like business, okay, data analyst. There are roles like that. There are roles like business systems analyst, which are more data inclined than business analysis inclined. Okay, so you have more opportunities to apply for jobs within the business data analyst and so on. Also, you will start from the regiment, okay? Talking about process mapping, project decision planning, agile and scrum for projects, software development life cycle, requirement fundamentals and citations, stakeholder analysis and engagement. So now all these parts are now the core BA fundamentals. So starting from scratch, you will still learn all the things you need to learn. So you going through the BA doesn't make you better in project management. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's making sense to you. The learning path for a business analyst is entirely different from that of the project manager. The business analyst is to look at your business process and how can we improve the business process. It could be people applying for leave in the organization. How do people apply for leave? If people send emails all right, to apply for leave. Is that sufficient enough? Okay. How do you improve it? How do you improve it better? So that, if you want to track people who have gone on leave in your organization, you will not start searching for people's email to see, oh, you sent me an email 5 weeks ago, 7 months ago. Let me go and look for my email to look for that. How do you build a more robust system that would ensure that you can easily track leave application in your organization? That's the role of the business analyst. Now, the business analyst will look at that process and say that, okay, do you know what? We need a leave application, a leave application, or leave something, or a software that will track leave application and all that. And the project management, I'll take it upon their head to say that leave application that you want to build, I will get it done for you. Okay, I'll get that application built end to end. So the business analyst has identified the problem, has looked for a potential solution to the problem. The project manager will come in, take that project and work on it 100%, deploying all the resources that they need to ensure that that process is developed and deployed. So Joyce, you don't need to start a business analysis to go into project manager. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that answers your
Yeah,
question
it
again.
makes sense. And lastly. So I'm
Okay.
just wondering, I mean, you've done a very good job. And again, I want to say thank you. Thank you countless times.
No
But
problem.
what actually caught my attention is the way you linked the agile mas project agile master to BA.
Okay.
I mean, you linked that, and then you did the DS, the DA, the cyber
Yes.
security person. And so my question is, how are you able to gain those knowledge, those information, to be able to pour into us this way? And that is why I think you project my future self, and that is why it's like I want to do the BA, and I also want to do the agile project manager. Just, I mean, in all of these things, just so I'm able to also deliver somewhere in the future like you, and educate some people, I mean, of course, pay it forward to some other persons, just like you're doing today. Because if you have just talked with BA, you wouldn't have been able to, help our understanding in other areas like you did for us this evening. So I think
Sure.
I'm tilted towards that as well. But my area of interest mostly is between the BA and the agile project manager.
Manager.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
I think you just have to start from somewhere. I started from
Right.
somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pick one, and that's why usually I said at the start of the session, once you identify the pathway you want to get into, focus, like 100% focus. There's nothing that beats focus. So I usually say this, and thank you for this question. I think this question would also help a lot of people that are looking to get started. So I usually, when you start the training program, we have our mentorship sessions. Okay, and during the mentorship sessions, I tell most people that if you can study 1 hour every day, if you can study, you can just set yourself aside and study for 1 hour every day. At the end of the week, what would you get? At the end of the week, let's say you do Monday to Friday, exclude Saturday and Sunday. Okay. At the end of the week, you would have done 5 hours of learning. 5 hours of learning. Now look around you. Look at people around yourself. Look at people within your school, within your friends, within your family. How many people study for 5 hours in a day? That's when you don't start to add it up together. That in order for you to be significant, in order for you to be better than everybody around you, it's actually not so difficult. It just takes about 30 minutes every. If you are able to do 30 minutes every day, okay, at the end of the week, you would have learned for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Okay, that's an hour, 30 minutes. Okay, an hour, 32 hours, 30 minutes at the end of the year. At the end of the week, you would have been able to learn for 2 hours and 30 minutes at the end of the week. How many people around you do you know sit down and learn a skill for 2 hours, 30 minutes every week? So in order for you to be better than the next person, the next candidate, the next person, you just need to do a little bit more. And that's that 30 minutes. That's that 1 hour every single day. So the hour that you use to watch Instagram, binge your Netflix, watch a good movie, and all that. You can actually use it to develop yourself. And that's what I've been doing, I would say, the past 10 years of my experience. Every single day, consciously or unconsciously, I build an architecture around myself, either watching videos, YouTube videos, educational content. I'm always watching, I'm always learning, I'm always getting better at what I'm doing. All right. And that's what I do. And that's what we've embedded also. If you look at the LMS, we've embedded it in the LMS to ensure that you are rewarded coming back to the platform to learn every single day. Okay, you're rewarded for it. And that's exactly what you see. I want to show you the platform real quick. Okay, so you see, every day you come to the platform, every day you come to the platform, you are rewarded. You come to the platform, you watch a video, you are rewarded. It's tracking your everyday consistency. So the things that make me better, the things that made our days are better, things that have helped other people to get better at what they're doing, are the things that we have embedded in the system to ensure that people also learn. So in order for you to be better, and I would say it again, it takes you a very minimal effort. It takes you 30 minutes every day to learn, and you see how considerably better you would be than everybody around you. Okay, not even the applicants, even just around your immediate surroundings, you will just be 2x better. So I do a lot of reading, I do a lot of, but you need to start from somewhere. I started from somewhere, and and that's how I started growing. My experience is very vast. It's beyond even the data ecosystem. I've gone into software. I've gone into quite a number of things. I'm not even going to go into that, but you need to start from somewhere. So those are the things that you need to understand. I think I find that question very interesting. So, for questions like this that Joyce asked, which is, which one am I going to go into, business analysis or project manager, or I have a law background, do I have this? We're going to be having a one-on-one session, okay, on Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be having Monday sessions, and we're going to be having Tuesday session, one-on-one. So where you get to now ask questions like, oh, I learned this in university. I don't have this background. I don't have this. I've done this before. How can I get started? Those questions, more relatable questions you can ask in our one-on-one session, which is more relaxed. So now we'll spend the last 2 hours, 30 minutes or thereabouts. I said I was going to do just 2 hours. Almost 3 hours and over 3 hours. Impressive. So we've been on the go for almost 3 hours, and I still have over 90 people. So I'm guessing you guys enjoyed yourself. So apologies, I think I'm going to wrap up very soon now. Okay. But we have that one-on-one session where you can ask more questions. You can ask as much questions as you can. You can drill in. You can, ask as much questions as you can in order for you to get started. Okay. I'm going to take one more question, and I think that's what I'm going to call it a day, guys. So please register. Even if you have a question, please register and come in to ask your question. When you register, give me a second, Oyewale. All right, Oyewale, sorry. Once you register, you see during the form, when you are filling the form, you put your email. So, Oyewale, just give me a second. Okay, I'm going to call you back. Okay, so once you made payment, now, before you even attend a one-on-one session, I would encourage you to secure your discount. The reason why I'm saying this is because the discount slots get exhausted easily. Now, we currently have 15 slots available. Now, you need to take advantage of that. You need to take advantage of the 15 slots. So either you do a direct transfer or you pay online using your card. Once you've secured your discount, all you need to do is upload your receipt. Click on upload your receipt. So take a screenshot of your transaction, click on the form, click on upload your receipt, come to the form here. I'm going to put in my email. I'm just going to put in a random email. Ifemena at Teralytics.io. Okay. So I'm going to put in next. All right. So I'm showing you the whole process, type of payment. I did an initial first payment. So that's what most of you, if you paid full amount, please don't click on the full amount, full payment. Click on next. Please note that after receiving the welcome kit, all balance payment must be made before 31st of August. So yes, I'm okay with that. That's like 1 month into the training program. So you can see, congratulations, you're eligible for 20% discount. All right, click on next. So you see everything is still there. So if you want to take advantage of that discount, please, that's what I'm saying. Even before the one-on-one session, I'll show you what you can do once you make payment if you're not sure what career path to go into. So I'm going to say Ifemena, okay, I'm just going to say Ife, ePro, All right, registration email, I'll say Ifemena at Teralytics, okay, .io. All right, moving on from there, gender, I'm going to say male. Next, all right, read the terms and conditions. You can click on the terms and conditions, you read it. It's not that stringent. If you have any question, you can reach out to the customer service team. Okay, move on from there. When did you make your payment? I made a payment today, which is 28th of August, 28th of July, sorry. Screenshots, take a screenshot. And like I said, once you make your payment, ensure you take a screenshot. All right, I'm going to go to my drive. I'm going to take any random picture. I'm just going to click on insert. Okay. What was your mode of payment? So I'm paid on the website. So you see it, Mainstack website. I made the payment through website. If you made a payment through, you send it through a direct transfer. So you see there, Mainstack transfer Naira. If you pay the transfer, you see the Wise transfer. So whatever works for you. Click on next again. All right, so provide the name of the account the money came from. I would say Femena and Femena April. So some people, you have a friend or you have a family member that is making your payment for you on your behalf. Let's say you're in Nigeria, you're in Nigeria, or you're in the UK, you have someone in Nigeria that can make the payment for you in Naira, and you make that payment, you know, the account, the money is coming from somebody else's account. So what are you doing? You put that person's account, the money is coming from. So it's easy for us to track who made the payment. So I'll put it for Femena because I paid by myself. And you see, click on next. Which of the program are you interested in? Are you registering for? So you see, some of us are not sure. Oh, should I go for BA or should I go for data analytics? Please, you need to speak with a professional is what you need to select. So you can pay for your course and select I need to speak with a professional. Okay, just click I need to speak with a professional. Click on next. And what cohort do you intend to start the training? So some people want to register for this month or next month or in October. Please feel free to select the month that is most convenient for you. Now, the discount you secure today guarantees you till October. So, I mean, if you're not looking to start this month, you can start next month, you can start in October. Feel free to start anytime. Okay, so if you're looking to start in August, please click on the 3rd of August. Put your WhatsApp number, the country of residence, your country of residence, and how did you find out about us? Please select where you got to find about us. I'm going to select myself. So the key thing here is, please, the previous question, which is for people that are not sure of what course they should go into. So if you're not too sure, please select I need to speak with a professional, and during the one-on-one conversation, you will be asked, certain questions that will be tailored to ensuring you get started. Okay, so how long do we have access to the material? That's the most interesting part. It's for life. You have lifetime access to the materials. You have lifetime access to the materials. Do what others won't do today so that you do what others can't do tomorrow, Les Brown. I love that case. Do what others won't do today so that you do what others can't do tomorrow. Fantastic. I think that's a very fantastic question. I like to share my personal experience, guys. And it's very interesting because, it's very interesting. Don't worry, I will share those experiences when you come in, okay? It's very interesting because I think I'm going to take that from Les Brown and from Keys. Okay, absolutely profound statement right there. So if you're looking to get it started, this is what I'm going to call it today, guys. I can't take all the questions. Obviously, that's the reason why we have the one-on-one sessions. So my colleague Aimoa is dropping the links in the chat for you to book your one-on-one sessions. So all of you that are raising up your hands, I apologize. I may not be able to take all your questions. I can't take the questions because of things we've spent longer than expected. I'm sure you guys enjoyed yourself. I did enjoy myself. Anyways, if you enjoyed yourself, I want you to say yeah. Okay, I like to say that. So if you enjoyed yourself, I want you to say yeah. Okay, I'm coming. I'm gonna ask you guys to unmute yourself so I can hear you guys. I want to hear your voice. I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing my voice already, but I want to hear your voice this time around. If you had a wonderful time, say yeah. Unmute yourself, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. All right,
Thank you
guys.
so
Thank
much
you
for
very
the
much. You
value.
guys
This
are
is really amazing.
Very much, very informative. God bless you, bro.
Amen. Amen.
Very
Looking forward to
well.
having
Thank you so
you on
much.
board. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very
we really
much.
appreciate
It's
your
the
help.
simplicity for me. How
Thank
you
you. Bye.
simplify everything, it's amazing. Like this is
God bless
literally what scares people from IT, and I would say that's been my most what I've been scared of is like there's too many things. I had a data camp. I paid like 2 years now. I've not even done anything on it. But the way you
you.
even structured it is like amazing. I paid for subscription of like $150. I didn't even do one thing inside of it.
Nothing. It's good to have you on board.
And
Looking
then
forward to having you.
I have
Okay.
another Indian guys that wanted to charge me $8,000. So your price is even amazing. I just wanted to put that out there. And this is my first time coming to your event. You didn't pay me. So I'm just saying this so that other people here. But it's the pricing, the way everything is, it's amazing. So thank you for the opportunity and God
Thank you
bless.
very much. This is the reason. This is the reason why we keep doing this. Okay. Philip, wonderful, absolutely fantastic feedback. I love that, and I also love the fact that you are putting yourself in that situations where you're learning by yourself. You're seeing things, and that's the reason why we even started Teralytics. There are quite a number of things that Africans have been, known for. Okay, and we're trying to make those changes, imbibe a new culture of learning, and so on and so forth. So if you're looking to getting started, guys, there's no better platform. Trust me. Like, trust me. Not because I'm Teralytics, but I know the things, the thought process we've put into the work to ensure we get more Africans into the tech space. So if you're looking to get it started, trust me, guys, we have success. Go to our YouTube page. You go to YouTube, go to our Instagram. We try to put in as much success in there. So you can see that if other people can actually do it, you can do it. Okay, it's not as complicated as most people think it is, and that's where we come in. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for the feedback. Thanks for everything. Please, for the one-on-one session, please don't miss out on the one-on-one session. Try to join. Okay, I'll be on the call. I have other my colleagues that will be on the call with me, Adeza, and every other person will be on the call to get you all the answers that you need. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, and do have a wonderful evening. Bye for now. See you
You
we meet
too.
again.
Bye.
Bye.